I kind of a little bit shy on that front. I mean, the last thing I want to do is rip my dingly dangly out in front of everybody and start having a piss for everybody else to see. You know, it'd be kind of nice just a little bit of security. I mean, do you just piss in the woods? He looks over towards you, Archibald. I mean, like, he obviously just shits where he flies. But myself, I like a little bit of seclusion. I might get a little bit of stage fright if there's too many eyes on me when I'm trying to do my thing. So you know, it's just easier for me to know a little bit of security. I can know my surroundings. I can whip it out, let rip the stream of life, zip it, come back in, sit down. Everything's the golden wiser. If I knew that I had to stay inside of this little perimeter, I mean, there was no signs, there was no instructions. I mean, I'm not one to follow signs, but you know, if I see signs up that there's something really important I need to do, I will obviously do my best to avoid said signs.
Dave, shut the fuck up.
Do that with intimidation, please, buddy.
Silas's eyes just glazed over while Dave was talking. Just see him dissociate in real time.
You said intimidate. 16.
16th intimidation. Okay, I'm gonna opposite roll that with a 10, and then Dave's like, "Okay, I'll be quiet then."
No.
When did you go?
What do you mean? When did I go? Well, you guys need to make a decision. I've been told to shut the fuck up, and I'm going to listen to the owl with the big fucking gun, and I'm not going to listen to you. So, zip.
Fine. Whatever. Whatever.
It was on me. Okay. I don't want to overstep here, but, you know, decide what you're going to want. You know, if you want me to speak, tell me to speak. If you want me to shut the fuck up, I'll shut the fuck up. I'm shutting the fuck up.
And you guys have seen my character. I'm very terrifying, so
yeah,
he's not going to talk anymore.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm starting a shit list. Dave's on my shit list now.
Just make sure you do it in the woods, please. Instead of in the campground.
Silas, just give me a perception roll, please.
Perception?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Where's mine? It's 2. 11.
You hear Dave very quietly under his bed goes, "Not going to be the first shit list and won't be this last shit list I'm on."
So he is a rabble rouser. All right, Dave.
Cool.
Yeah. Silas starts breaking down. Just goes through the process of like breaking down his little alarm system that he had set up. Just kind of getting that back up.
Okay, cool. Do me a favor, just give me a survival roll to see how well you take it down.
While he's doing that, I want to harvest some poppies.
Okay, yep. Go give me a nature roll there, please.
18.
See how well you do this.
Yeah, let's see how well we do this. It's a solid 10.
That's a solid 10. You managed to like cut part of a poppy off. You got yourself half a poppy.
18, Tim, on survival.
Oh yeah, you take this down beautifully. You know, you take all the Tinkerbell's parts off it. You take all the alarms off it. You wrap the rope up. And the way that you do it so carefully and steadily is almost like you were never the fence was never there in the first place.
Leave no trace, baby.
Leave no trace.
Penny, get out of here. Get. All right.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, what's everybody else doing? What are you up to? Since you got a stake put through your shoe last night.
I was gonna say, is there a chance that I possibly dreamed about my sister after the poppy field incident? Something? Like I'm imagining there's something with that, considering.
Okay, yeah. Give me a
and I failed that roll pretty hard, so.
Yeah. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Huh?
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Is that just a D20?
Yep, D20. What's your modifier?
Let me grab it.
That's probably a fail.
It's a 3, so I failed it.
4.
That's a 3. As far as you consider this was real as it is, you can still hear her voices just in the back of your head, almost like it was not too long ago. You can just hear this faint whisper of her voice just drifting away on the wind.
Okay, so Iris is probably like staring toward the poppy field, not standing close to it, but like just staring at it and trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Cool.
Trying to see if I can actually like make sense of what's being said or if it's just like jumbled.
Okay, cool. Can you do me a favor? You know on your character sheet there's that little dread level.
Yes.
Stick a 1 in that for me, please.
Okay.
Oh, God damn it.
And know that you now have disadvantage on, and just quickly give me a 1d4 roll as well, please.
Oh no.
Yes. 2.
So you have disadvantage on all intelligence saving throws for the next 2 hours.
Okay. Intelligence.
What's this dread level? Sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Can I do dread level on the other?
Who knows? It will come as the game carries on.
This is all
mysterious.
Dread to find out.
She would have been
launch it in your browser.
Yeah, I might have.
Here, click in here real quick.
Yep, it's in the browser. That's okay.
Well, if you minimize it real quick, I can get it to load in your actual app.
Oh, okay.
So click in there.
Sorry.
It should refresh. There it is.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, now I'll go close out of the browser. Perfect.
So early.
Oh, wait. Let's move here. No, here, I'll just go.
Oh, you probably need to exit.
Yeah, I'll do that next time because it would make me redo my whole character.
That's fine. Sorry. We're good.
Cool. Okay, that's no problem. So yeah, so just as a disadvantage on anything intelligence related, period. That's intelligence saving throw, any intelligence rolls, any stats that go off intelligence, disadvantage on.
Okay.
Fantastic. So at this point, sort of going looks around the rest of the party as well. If we've enjoyed these mornings fiascos, are we all ready to set up camp and start heading out? We're probably a good, so I would say 5 or 6 hours from the next town.
Let's get rocking and rolling.
Cool.
Yeah. Agreed.
I'll take off up into the air and fly above the convoy, by the way. For a little spotting.
Oh, you're going to fly?
Yeah.
Oh, high up, are you?
I don't know, let's call it within shouting distance. Easy shouting distance.
Okay, cool.
However high you determine that to be.
I'd say probably a good, 30 foot high up you go?
30 foot works.
Yeah.
Yep. As you soar up high into the air, which I hadn't taken into account, but trust Billy, at the end of the day, you manage to see like the camp currently below you. You can see this big area of poppy fields. Further into the poppy fields, you can see what seems to be weird shapes trodden into the poppy field. And you can see the path that sort of winds and turns around the sort of the forest into the distance. And you think you can hear the sound of, so you can see potentially what looks like a river running further off into the distance across the path.
Some weird shapes walking around in the fields. River.
No, there's weird shapes trodden into the fields.
Okay.
Yep.
Are they walking away or towards us?
Oh, no. As in, like, you know what crop circles are, Billy?
Oh, so they're trodden down into the field. They're not trotting along. Okay.
No.
I get you now. Do I need to fly higher to take a better look at these, or is it just kind of?
You'd have to. You're probably you're the height you'd be able to fly, but you could fly over them if you wanted to.
So I couldn't go another 30 feet up into the air.
Give me a second. Yeah, if you wanted to, not a problem.
Let's do it. Straight up. Another 30 feet to take a look.
Straight up. So all of you sort of on the ground, you see Archibald just get higher and higher into the sky. He's now out of shouting distance from you. No matter if you tried your best to shout at him, he wouldn't be able to hear you. He's that quite high up, so I'm going to put you about 60 feet high. As you're about 60 foot high, you can see what I say crop circles look like. Are you paying particular interest to them?
I mostly am trying to get a good idea to make sure nothing's coming to threaten us, I would say.
Okay, give me a Arcana roll, please.
Oh, God. Well, that's a interesting result, I think. Oh, no, Arcana 0. Yeah, so 6.
6, fantastic. So as you sort of cast your eyes out onto the poppy field, you see these shapes, and as you sort of stare at these shapes for longer, the shapes almost begin to slowly move, and you kind of feel a scratch on the back of your eyeballs as these shapes start to move, and almost you become entranced into them. To the moment that you're suddenly you notice you're paying very particular attention to your breathing, but not to your arms, as you then begin to plummet out the sky.
I haven't even started to make my heroine yet. Damn.
Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom.
Sorry, no, intelligence. My bad. Intelligence.
12.
12. You manage to, as soon as you start falling and you lose sight of these circles, you suddenly snap back into the present. You feel your arms come back to life to you, and you start flapping your wings again, and you manage to just successfully pull yourself out of what was initially sort of a nosedive, and you sort of hover again. You can still see like the slight forming of the crop circles in the distance, but because of the height, you no longer can see the actual symbols that they were representing.
I'm sure it's fine. We'll be good. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened in here.
No. But you're now probably low enough that you can then speak to everybody if you wanted to.
I'm good.
Don't want to own that one publicly.
I got to sit on that one for a hot minute.
Cool. At this point, sort of Gommins, everyone's got their backpacks on. Dave's put his blanket away with quite nice. He's strapped that onto his back. Dave's sort of paying particular attention to you, Akadios, as he just walks over, goes, and then he starts speaking to you in Thieves' Cant.
Ooh.
Stand by while I read what that is.
Basically allows people of a certain class or understanding to communicate with each other without other people understanding what he's saying.
Undesirable,
Right,
some would say.
okay.
Undesirables. And he's
What's he
basically in a very long-winded sort of way, he starts sort of speaking to you. So like, it's like, so, where do you herald from?
I don't know.
Backstory.
I know, I'm trying to read it. It's been a while since I wrote it. Did I put it in my backstory where I was originally from?
Oh, you don't have to be specific about like places, just like know what you're doing here, why you're here. I mean, what's the last thing you stole?
Oh, I'm here because I wanted to start a new life. Get away from the old gang.
What did you do with the old gang?
This and that.
This and that. Okay. Oh, that's fair enough. I totally believe you on that one. Yeah, I can understand that. Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. So you're like the same.
So what are you doing here then?
Well, what I'm doing here? Well, as you might have heard earlier, I've got myself onto a couple of shit lists I shouldn't really be on. So I thought, I could join this pilgrimage, get along, get to the final place, maybe find myself again, or in the process of acquiring something very expensive. One of the two, I don't know yet. We'll just see. If there's something shiny, I like shiny.
Do you like gold pieces? Because a couple of my gold pieces went missing recently.
What do you mean? Okay, right, hands up. I don't steal from who I travel with. I don't shit where I eat, okay? I might have acquired a couple of things back at the town we were just at before, but I've not stolen from anybody else. Otherwise, no. I'll be shit out of luck and completely on my Todd. And that's the last thing you want to be when you're walking down these roads. You do not want to be doing this by yourself. Rolling section for
where you eat. Perception.
No, it's insight. If you want to know if he's telling the truth or not.
18.
Ah, shame. Yeah, he's been very truthful. As far as you're concerned, very, very truthful.
Oh, okay. Right. So he says that he's right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
I've not had a decent score in a while, but no, I wouldn't steal from you. Don't worry about that. I wouldn't steal from any of them. I mean, I wouldn't even touch that bloody bird up in the air because, I mean, I look at him and I just see kilo in those eyes. I mean, you just look at me. He may be small, he may be cute, but I swear to God, you get him wrong, he will take your head clean off. I mean, that that other one, what was his name? The Akadios, the one that going obviously doesn't like. He's a bit of a dick. Not gonna lie. I mean, the bard over there. I mean, hey. I mean, I might try with that. You never know. But hey, I know we also got that Felina. Bit of a tasty piece as well. What am I to say? I'm not exactly a womanizer. And I mean, if you look at yourself as well, I mean, you got a nice pair of thighs on you as well. You know, I don't mind where I go, but you know, as long as I've got a good pie, people to back me up, you know, the journey's nice and safe. You know, I know there's some discoveries along the way. Who am I to complain?
Well, I'm with you on the don't crap where you eat. I would say the
Yep.
yes word, but I can't. But yeah, if you have taken anything from the group, I suggest you don't do it again.
Once again, I have
Plus,
not taken
I
anything.
can confirm that the flying owl is a very good shot.
Yeah, but I've also just told you that I've not stolen. So why you believe me? Because and also Joe, you rolled. He was telling the truth. So there's no reason for you to believe otherwise.
I didn't say I wasn't believing me. I was saying the same thing as I say to everybody else. If you did, just don't.
But once again, you asked me if I stole from him. I said I hadn't.
Okay, that's fair.
And as far as you were concerned, he told the truth. So there's no reason for you to have that under because as far as you're concerned, he's told you the truth.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, well, fair enough then. So yeah. With a little hop and a skip, he just starts walking away from you. So somebody give me a D100 roll, please.
I don't
Got
have
it.
one.
Well, everybody rolls better than me, so
38.
38. Well, holy fuck.
You're welcome.
So what was the number, Billy? 38.
38.
Yeah. Cool. As you, the entire group start walking sort of along this path, probably a good hour or two passes. As you're walking along, everyone give me a perception roll, please. Jesus, Wendy.
perception. Oh no.
23.
23.
Hey, same. That was on a nat 20 if that influences you.
Oh, god damn, yeah. So, like, anyone who basically rolled over a 15 will see just a pair of what looks like rusty shackles on the side of the road that you come across.
Kinky. I assume I noticed.
Zack, you're muted if you're talking.
That's not particularly comforting. It seems like somebody escaped from those a while ago.
I mean, if I see other people walking towards it, I'm not going to worry about them.
Okay, cool. That's not a problem then. Yep.
Is there roads around? Trees around, I mean?
Oh, yeah. So as you're walking down the path, it's nice, sort of like the poppies are sort of dissipated now. Both sides of you got nice sort of open, just green fields. In the distance, you can see sort of the forest over to your far right hand side, and to the left, it's just fields upon fields upon fields. And you can see, like, some fields, and there's like a scarecrow in a field, and you can see some crows flying around. But it's quite a serene, enjoyable environment.
Except for the shackles.
So for the weird rusted shackles that you've seen on the right hand side of the road. Yep.
Some people find shackles serene. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So you travel probably for yet another hour, and in the distance you can hear the sound of running water. And as
Fancy.
Did anybody grab the shackles?
Does anyone want to pick them up?
I'm going to.
You can't just touch someone's shackles without asking.
Well, you never know when you're going to need somebody's shackles.
And how are you picking the shackles
You
up
never know
there?
when you're going to need to make a citizen's arrest.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Where's the duck, by the way? Where's my duck?
I'm handcuffing the duck.
Who's got my duck?
Isn't the duck in your bag? Can you put him up in there?
I thought Felina was carrying the duck last I knew, but I don't know where the duck is.
It was on my head when I was a horse.
Yeah, that's the last I knew.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. I'm gonna. Let's see. I have a. I've just got some like I don't know, like short. God, what's the word I'm looking for? Spikes. I'm just gonna kind of like pick them up, kind of like a detective, like scoop it up, pick it up with a pen.
So you speak of the duck, and he's got it there. And the duck is balancing expertly on this thing. I mean, almost like it's just stood on solid ground. It's just sat there, like stood on it, just looking at you, weirdly, just like confused to what's going on, but also at the same time not giving a fuck.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to pick up those shackles, and I'm also gonna scoop up the duck with one hand. I'm gonna kind of like hold the duck, kind of like cozied right there.
Yeah, and it kind of settles in and seems to almost get cozy in your arms, kind of happy, like being carried like a little baby.
Hell yeah.
You can hear what seems to be like an ever so subtle, gentle sigh from the duck as it gets comfortable in your arms.
Yes.
And then what are you going to do with the shackles?
Probably just gonna like kind of look at them a little bit. Just is there anything weird about them?
Just give me a perception roll, please, with advantage, seeing that you're paying attention to them. Or no, investigation with advantage.
Well, that was a 19 and a 1, so the 19.
19. So as you sort of look at the shackles, they do look
24.
quite old. Sorry, 24. Okay, they look quite old, but they are quite rusty. But you also see what seems to be sort of, I would say, almost like a charcoal-style substance on the inside of the shackles.
Charcoal markings?
Yeah, almost like something had been burnt. No, they've been thrown into a fire.
Oh, I'm gonna look for like signs of burn around where the handcuffs were. See if there's like see if there's remains there, like burnt remains or evidence of them.
So we're going to go off that investigation more that you did before. As you look around, there's no actual burn marks around where you picked the shackles up from.
Okay. No, so from where I picked them up, I'm just gonna like check the immediate area. I don't want to like go too far, but I just want to check. They ended up here, so I think whatever happened was probably close.
Yeah. So as you look around, you can't really see much of anything around.
Okay.
There's just where these shackles were, almost like they'd just been dropped on the ground, almost.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them with me, and I'm just gonna kind of basically over the course of our traveling, what I would like to do is check them out, see if there's any like magical component or anything to it. Whatever was shackled up here potentially got burned out, so I want to see if that was the fault of the shackles.
Yep.
And then if there's nothing up with the shackles, I'm going to see if I can kind of clean them up and repair them, just in case.
Okay, I need you to give me Arcane roll then, please.
Yep. 20.
So
20.
yeah, Jesus, mother of God. So as you sort of paying attention, sort of you examine them over, you do notice some symbols etched ever so carefully along the chain that combines the shackle, like it holds the shackles together. Using your history of your being able to sort of make things, you notice that these are symbols of binding.
I was going to say, especially between being proficient with Smith's tools and Tinker's tools.
Yep.
That would be.
You notice that these are shackles of binding.
Okay, so whatever this was holding was meant to be held. In the fact that it got away is not a good thing. So I'm going to communicate that across as like
what you sort of from like paying particular attention to these shackles were bound to something or someone.
Oh, so like the symbols in there specifically indicate a certain.
It was like they indicate that these shackles were shackles of binding, but they weren't binding as in to hold somebody. They were binding as in they were bound. They would connect whatever these shackles were attached to somebody else. Or something else.
Interesting. So they're connected to a specific being.
Yeah.
Is there, just looking at it, I'll go ahead and get out my like tinker's tools so I can get my fine view goggle that I pulled out earlier to etch Archibald's gun. I'm gonna kind of look in detail, see if there's anything I can garner about who it was binding based on what's etched in there.
So, once you're not going to need another roll for this, but you start eyeing through it. So you can't work out or fathom who it was bound to, but what you do suddenly discover is you find some burnt skin on the inside of where it was like charcoal. You suddenly realise that this was burnt skin itself.
Oh
slightly
god!
crispy.
So whatever was bound in here potentially was incinerated.
Dark meat or white meat?
Yeah, potentially. Oh, we're not going to say that on your stream there, Billy.
Yeesh. Okay, so let's see. Charcoal inside is actually burnt skin.
So yeah. So while you're doing this, you're working. Everyone else, you sort of come up to what looks to be like just a nice stone muddy bridge that goes over a nice river that is just sort of snaking underneath the path, and into the distance you can see it like snakes into a dark forest, or like a forest off into the distance. By this point, you've been traveling for, we'll probably say, about 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, so my disadvantage doesn't count.
Yeah, your thing has worn off then.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. I think what I'll say is just for Silas, the continuing travel thing will be kind of working on figuring out what the actual, or like who the actual being was that it was bound to, and then whenever that gets figured out, I will probably try to rework the binding spell to be just kind of generic for whoever gets shackled.
Okay, cool. And on this, all the while, you've got the duck slowly, silently sleeping in your arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. What's everybody else doing? Billy, are you still just flying above?
Yeah, just scouting around.
Well, thankfully, because you're flying above this river, you can see something slowly. Like there seems to be something just caught on a rock underneath the bridge.
I mean, is it like clearly abnormal, or is it just possibly a tree branch kind of thing?
You can just see there's something like snagged on like one of the rocks that were underneath it, but because of the height that you're flying at, you can't really see too much detail of what it is.
I will swoop down closer to it, but not onto it.
Define closer.
You're not supposed to ask me that. Just accept what I say, Tim.
No.
So it's like under the bridge?
Yeah.
I will land on the bank of the river closest to the party, about 15 feet away from it, to try to get a closer look.
Sure, give me a dexterity saving throw to see how well you land.
I mean, I naturally fly.
No, you naturally fly. That's not a problem.
Is it just dex or dex saving?
Just a dex save. Yeah, I know.
19.
Superhero landing. You're landing just perfectly exactly where you're aiming to be.
Yeah, just like a musket already pulled up, ready to go. Yeah. Everything's perfect.
And then the rest of the party, like, go and sort of walking along. They see you come swooping down, sort of just landing on the bank, and sort of going, looks at the rest of the party, and goes, "Yep, this sounds like a good time. Good idea. We'll just take a little break here, and just we can have a bit of a drink. We can drink from the river. We don't have to worry about using too many of our supplies. And then from this, we can then sort of crack on. We're probably only a good sort of couple of hours from the town of Barivia, which will be setting up for the night."
I've played the Oregon Trail. I don't know about drinking from the river.
Well, I'm sure we could find somebody to test the water for you. So you walk around and goes, "Dave, where's Dave?"
Dave?
And, everyone looks around and no one can see Dave.
Fucking Dave.
Oh, that Dave.
Well, that's a shackled Dave.
Does anyone have a big bowl or something big so I can store a lot of water and I can purify it?
Ooh, let me. I mean, I've got.
We have someone who could
skin.
craft one out of a tree, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'd take
I
me a
don't-
little while to do, but I could.
I
I've
don't.
got carpenter's tools.
Yeah.
I think I have carpenter's tools. No, I'm proficient with them. I don't have them. My bad.
Okay.
Is there no one that has? Are we just people walking? There's no cart with anything
Oh,
on.
we have a caravan with us, don't we? Wouldn't they have a
Wouldn't it be
possibility of a spare bucket or whatever? Not a caravan, just a carriage, right?
So you'd just do a call out for a bucket?
just bucket.
That's something that we
Bucket!
can drink from.
At this
something-
point, yeah. As you did the call out, Gums was well. We should have a bucket. And like, who's got the bucket? And you just hear a voice come
Dave's got
from
it.
the,
Dave comes out. He's been pooping in it.
pretty much is
no.
like you hear David goes like, "Well, I've got the bucket, but you probably don't want the bucket."
God damn it, Dave.
You're in nature, Dave. Why do you need to shit in a bucket? Just dig
Well-
a hole and shit in it and scoop over, and no one knows.
Period.
Well, give me a sec. I'll
disgusting.
clean. If I clean the bucket out, we could use the bucket.
Yeah, I guess the water will be purified no matter what. But damn, Dave.
Well,
Ew.
I mean,
Fucking
does anyone
hate
else
nature.
carry a poop bucket with them? I mean, it's the emphasis of like being on the money. You know, you can piss anywhere you want to. I've got a bucket, so I can poop when I need to, and just carry on and not think about it too much. I don't have to mess around, dig in a hole, and I can just clean out whenever I get to the next town.
Right, so you go in a
Makes it
bucket and then
another
you
one.
walk around with the poo in a bucket.
Yeah, it's called my poop bucket.
Well, at least we know Dave's not a bear, right?
So look, when we get to the next town, don't worry, I'll find a nice replacement for it. I'll just swap them around. It'll be fine. No, we'll be none the wiser. And I promise I won't use the poop bucket again. How's that sound?
I
Fair enough.
think
That'll do. That'll do.
I don't want to drink from that bucket. Ew.
Okay, and then he goes, well, and in that case, and he like drops the bucket into the river, and you just see the poop bucket slowly work its way down the river. He goes, go, bucket's clean, bucket's gone now. Anyhow, but I mean, I suppose if you want some, I do have this jar, and he sort of like remembers around in his bag, and he pulls out what's to be like a quite fancy jar with a lid on it.
There's yellow liquid. Tread carefully.
Yeah. I mean,
There's something in it.
Don't think so. And he offers this jar over to you, Felina. He goes,
Can
"There
I
you go."
roll an insight check to see if I believe him? Because
Yeah, roll inside away. Go for it.
he doesn't think
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
there's
wait.
something in there.
It's
Oh, I got
a-
advantage on insight.
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Oh, I got a nat 20 on the
Oh.
creepy dice.
Woo!
Woo.
Let's go.
Plus a 4. So 24.
24. So yeah, as far as Dave is concerned, this is a jar. You know, it looks like a jar. I mean, it's got a funky, it's got a very snazzy sort of like encrusted sort of like gold leaf like lid on top of the jar. But no, it is quite a tall vase, sort of say with a like intricate design. As far as Dave's concerned, this is exactly what it is. It is a jar that he may have acquired through suspicious circumstances.
Cool. I'm gonna take it from him, go into the river, scoop it full.
Are you going to take the lid off?
No,
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
no.
Yeah.
no.
And then and fill it up. And then
Okey-dokey.
cast Purify Food and Drink.
So as you take the jar off the lid, a little bit of almost like dust seems to puff from the top of it, and you generally ignore that, and then you fill it with water. As you fill it with water, you notice as you're doing this, it doesn't take long to fill up. And as you look at the water, there's water, and then there seems to be what looks like it starts to bubble, almost like it's seeping into something else that's within the jar. And you see what looks to be like a scummy, sort of like white dust sort of floats to the surface of the water.
Can I cast Detect Poison and Diseases first before I do Purify Food and Drink?
By all means, not a problem.
Do I need to roll? It says one action.
No, just use it. So as you look at it, you manage to discern that this isn't poisonous, or it's actually probably the best thing though. It's pure, this is just pure ash.
Ash.
Gosh.
Hey,
Wasn't there-
Dave.
The cups.
What's
So,
the
yeah.
ash thing in here?
I don't know. I didn't look at it. I mean, you're the one that opened it.
Sure.
I thought you would have looked inside of it before you filled it, but okay, not a problem.
I thought it was see-through.
No,
I
it
didn't
was
realize.
solid. It wasn't see-through. It had an intricate design on it and
Oh,
everything.
okay.
So yeah, I
Oh.
mean, assumptions are a great thing, but this was. I mean, I just thought you would have looked into it. I mean, I don't know what's inside of it.
You don't look into what you
It was
take?
pretty.
Oh. I'm gonna clean it out and then fill it up again and cast Purify Food and Drink.
Okay, so as
I
you
hope
sort,
nobody remains.
so as you turn up, this like ashy water falls out, and then as you sort of shake it a bit more, a big pile of ash just dumps out into the river, and just disperses everywhere. And then you clean it out, and then you fill it up,
Purify it.
and you purify it. It's all great.
I'm gonna take a sip, just because I want to be
I mean,
sure before I
Great
give it to
questions you could
everybody
ask
else.
there, Zach.
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Seems like that was an urn. If I had to guess.
Well, doesn't matter, does it? What are they gonna do with it?
That's right. You can't take it with
Hopefully
you.
not an enchanted urn.
Dave
then.
doesn't even remember where it came from.
I have a lot of things I don't know where they came from, and this is I've got this cool little marble, and he holds up this this like weird sort of blue marble. It's very sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Very sort of dulled blue marble. Is like it's a pretty marble. I've got this, and he holds up basically like a chain of just anything and everything. Weird symbols, lots of things and stuff like that. You can see like there's a chain. It's got rings on it. It's got crosses. It's got all sorts of weird things hanging. I've got lots of things.
Look at this
Yeah,
stuff.
so that
Isn't
person-
it neat?
Say again, Billy.
Oh, not enough. I was quoting Little Mermaid.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Does the water taste anything funky?
So as I meant to say, so then you scoop the water down into the water. Just do a quick survival roll for me, please, Boo.
Survival.
I want to see if you get your hands wet or not.
That is a 20.
Fantastic.
Nice.
What's everyone else doing at this time? Is everyone paying attention
So-
to what Felina's doing, or is everyone doing their own thing?
I'm paying attention because I'm fascinated by this jar
Okay.
/ urn.
Tomato.
What are you doing, Lauren?
I was gonna say I'm kind of interested in these cups that what did your character?
That.
That Silas found. So I'm trying
Yep.
to like stay close to him and see if I can eavesdrop anything, I guess. I'm also still thinking about my sister.
So yeah, so are you just like watching him mess with these these shackles?
Silas is like talking to the duck under his breath while he's working. He's gonna have a little one-sided conversation.
While you're doing this, you notice the duck is almost doing a duck version of a purr while you're doing this, and he seems very sort of like very happy with where he is. And like every now and then you'll just like pick up a worm and you just feed it the worm, and the duck sort of lets out like a happy quack and sort of just goes back to being comfortable. Yeah.
Great platypus.
Excellent.
So while you're playing with the shackles, you also do then see that was Lauren's character not shown as online anymore. Oh, 'cause
Hasn't
it
for a
kicked
while.
her out. Oh, it
Yeah.
kicked her out the game. That's why. Okay, gotcha. What was your character's name again, Lauren?
Iris.
Iris. There it is. You notice Iris, the bard, is paying particular attention either to you, Silas, or to the shackles that you're playing with.
Like, would you like to hold the duck?
I would like to hold the dog.
Cool, give me a nature roll, please. Animal handling. Animal handling.
Animal hand? Okay.
Did the duck have a name? Did we ever establish that?
Yeah, he
17.
said so.
Let me.
I don't remember.
I don't think I ever got the name for the duck. If Peculiar.
What's the
had given-
peculiar? Oh, that was the dude.
His name
I
is
got
also
17
Dave,
on the
probably.
dot.
You got 17. As you start to take the duck out of Silas's arms, the duck begins to protest because it was happy where it was, and you're sort of taken away from what is, as far as it's concerned, was its nice natural home. It starts to flutter a bit, but you manage to just begin to stroke it, and then the duck sort of relaxes and calms down. And you just bring it into your arms, and just give me a quick put. Are you going to do anything to the duck when you take the duck? Or you're just going to hold the duck and stroke it.
I'm just gonna hold him and like scratch his head.
You scratch the head, and the duck does that thing where, like, it leans its head up, like really enjoying sort of the scratch into the back of the head, and the duck sort of then flops onto its back, exposing its belly and its two little legs up in the air, and lets you like scratch its stomach, and it seems a very, very happy purring duck.
Perfect.
Just randomly, do me a religion check there, please, Lauren.
12. Let me see what my modifiers are. I don't think I
For
got
what?
religion. No.
Let's see. Religion is
So it's like
14.
14.
Okay, cool.
Is this
So, yeah.
duck? Is this duck important in someone's religion?
No, doesn't matter.
Is this duck someone's god?
Son of a bitch. It's the duck.
Is the duck
God
god?
damn
No way.
I'm keeping. I hope you know that I'm keeping one of those rubber duck D20s for any time I need to roll anything related to the duck.
That's good to know. So, and also, Billy, what are you doing at this moment? Because you're
Yeah.
So what? Well, you're probably stood next to Felina, and while Felina is clearing out this jar, you see all the dust in the
What?
air, and the ashes are just floating down the river. What are you
I
doing?
was down by the bridge. I was a little bit further away because I was investigating what was in the water.
Okay, then cool. Yeah. So,
And what I would like to do, if I see this bucket of potential Dave shit coming down,
yeah.
I want to like grab a stick and try to like poke it so that it'll float straight into whatever is sticking out of the water. And either Tim is just befuddled and stuck, or
Say that again, please, Billy.
Yeah, the frozen
everything
cam
just hung on me.
face, the frozen cam face you had going on was perfect for what we said.
Okay, so what did you say?
So I want to see if the bucket of Dave shit, potential Dave shit, is coming down. I want to get like a stick and like try to poke it so that it'll naturally flow into whatever is sticking out of the water here.
Okay, then not a problem. So yeah, just give me a slight hand roll, please.
Slide these hands. Let's go. Ooh, 19 plus 5, so 24.
So you managed to sort of poke this shit bucket as it sort of knocks into the rock, and it dislodges what was wrapped around it. And you managed to. Are you trying to use the stick to then grab what's on it as well?
I wanted to see what would happen if something were to touch this thing in the water.
Nothing happens, and it just dislodges. And you pay particular attention to it. You notice that it looks like to be like a robe, a robe similar to that worn by the pilgrims within your like your posse of people that are traveling with.
I shout for what was the golem's name again? Crap.
Cupcake.
Cupcake. I shout for Cupcake.
Moments later, you feel almost like the film from Jurassic Park. You see the water ripple as the big thumping steps come over, and you suddenly feel like a hand reach down and pats you, like almost trying to stroke your head, and then basically there's a big thumbs up in front of your face.
And I point to the robe and ask him to go get it for us.
He looks at you, smiles, and he steps into the water.
And as he steps into the water, I want to fly up into the air. 30 feet.
Okay, and you swoop into it as Cupcake steps into water. The water gets up to probably just below his waistline as he strides out, and he sort of just grabs the robes and just picks up this very wet robe. And then he looks around to where you were, and he can't see you. And he then looks very confused.
I'll shout for him. I was like, I follow my voice.
And then sort of Cupcake then starts just looking around almost panically, trying to work out where the voice is coming from.
I say, boo.
And he sort of looks around his shoulder. He's not looking up, he's just looking around, and he can't see you. And then you just see him shrug
The
and then walks
concept
out
of
of the water.
flying falls over his head, huh? Sorry, he does what?
He then just walks out to where you were stood and like drops the robe where you were stood, and he's still sort of looking around, very confused to where you are.
I tell him to look up.
And then he looks straight up, and he then points at you, and he is like points at you, then points at the robe, then points at you, points at the robe, and then he pulls out his chalkboard and he just draws a little question mark and holds it up for you to look at.
I want to land on his shoulder and pet his head in the similar manner that he petted mine.
Okay, cool. You land on his shoulder, and then what? As in you are like trying to stroke his head.
However he stroked mine is the same way I would like to do it to him.
So you do that. You don't have to worry about rolling for that. So you stroke his head, and you see a big smile curl across his face, and almost a slight tear forms at the corner of his eyes. And he seems very happy, and sort of then just plonks himself down and sits on the robe, just staring at the robe.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen.
Oh.
And then I'll fly back to the group and inform them of the robe similar to
Tell them.
the rest
Go
of
for
the
it.
group. I just reiterate that. It looks like the exact. You said it's the same robe that looks as if everyone else not in our party is wearing.
All the pilgrims are wearing. Yep. Except for Dave.
Fucking Dave. All right, yeah. Just, found a robe stuck in the water. No idea where it came from. Similar to everybody else. They had sent a group before us, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
There's been lots of pilgrims walking this path.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So, Dave,
Dave,
if you need a robe, we found one for you.
Oh, I'm okay. I've got my own robe. It's dirty, but it helps me blend in.
You're not supposed to use it to wipe your bottom, Dave.
Well, no, that I just dump my arse in the water. No, that cleans it for me. It's like a badoosh.
And what happens when there's water not around, Dave?
I usually find something to wipe my arse on.
Like a robe, right, Dave? You're not supposed to use the robe, Dave.
I'm not supposed to use that robe. Or are you saying I'm not supposed to use other people's robes?
No, I mean, no. Use other
I've
people's
been
robes.
told not to steal from everyone, and I wouldn't steal from everyone, but I didn't realise I can't use things to wipe my arse.
You can use other people's robes to wipe your ass, Dave. I'm fine with that.
Oh, thank God for that. I thought I was going to get in trouble for that. Cool, no problem.
And we found you
You have
another
a
robe.
river here, Dave. You can wash your ass in it.
That's what I just did. I mean, you were paying attention there, Felina. I mean, I'm not the one that's dumping out somebody's dead on.
After
onto
he
the
handed
river.
you the bucket of
No.
shit, he went over to the river and dunked his ass in it, but you were too busy with the bucket of poop.
Oh.
Exactly. I'm not the one dumping ashes out onto a river. I mean, hey, I'm not that bad a person.
How is that a bad thing? They're ashes.
Oh yeah, but there's probably someone wanting them to be scattered
Someone's
somewhere,
grandma was
not
in
just
that.
dumped into my shit river. But okay,
Dave,
yeah.
who stole this urn?
No one stole the urn.
Who took this urn?
No one.
I just
took
look at
this
Dave.
urn.
I just look at Dave and give him a wink.
Exactly. There's no such thing as stealing or taking. There's ways of just acquiring things.
Sure, Dave.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. The leader of the caravan, I'll make sure to indicate exactly where the robe is and see if he wants to go take a look at it with us.
So
or
you
not.
go and so going comes over to you, looks at the robe, goes, yep, it's definitely one of our pilgrims. Strange. Where did you find it? It was in the river. He goes down to the river. Goes, interesting. Where this would come from? Kind of strange. He sort of takes the robe, sort of just looks at it, just goes, oh, this one's cut. There's a hole in it. And sort of holds it up, and he can look to see what seems to be very much I would say this is probably going to be more apparent to you, Joe, than anybody. And you see Dave sort of look at the robe and sort of gives you a sideways glance. It's definitely a dagger-shaped hole on this robe.
While all this is happening, can I fly to the other side of the river and then beckon Cupcake over using the bridge?
Okay. Yep, you do that. Sort of Cupcake looks at you, does the whole thing like points to me, like points to himself, and then like to you.
And I'll mime, like, towards the bridge, and then I'll do like a
Give me a
gesture
performance
of,
roll, please, buddy.
and a gesture of like I'm going to pet him on the head if he comes over to me.
Performance roll, please.
That is going to be a solid, beautiful 5.
5, yeah. So at this point, Cupcakes pull out his drawing board and he starts drawing on it, and he holds up a picture to you, which is a picture. You can work out that he's managed to draw a picture of what he thinks is himself, and then a picture of a dog. And on himself, there's a tick, and over the dog, there's a cross. And he points to the picture of himself, and then points to the dog, and then cocks his head to one side.
I'm curious to see what this means, and I shake my head yes.
Okay, then he turns around and goes back to the camp.
Perfect.
He does not walk over the bridge.
I will call for someone to walk over the bridge.
Who are you going to call to?
Hey, can someone come over here?
I'll wander over.
Cool.
Can I see
The
if
blind
there
trust,
is
I
any
love it.
animals in the river?
So say again, Felina?
Is there any animals in the river?
Just give me an investigation roll, please.
God, I'm not used
I
to
got
playing
advantage
chaotic
on that as well.
characters.
That is 13.
That's it. There's no fish in the water, but the water's not exactly moving very fast. But there doesn't seem to be any fish in the water, no.
Cool.
I just
Any
before
trolls
I
on the
walk over the
bridge?
bridge, I just want to ask Gorham, so the cape that we found, do all pilgrims that come through here wear the same cape, or do like groups have specific like colours and styles themselves?
No, usually the robes are all the same sort of robe. It's the colour of the pilgrims, that dark red robe. We all try to wear it or something to symbolise it, to symbolise that we're pilgrims. That way, other people on the path know who the other pilgrims were, and not just normal people.
So we can't say if this came from this group or not.
It definitely didn't come from our group, no. I mean, because that was in the water before we got. Are you a clever person or not?
Just getting all the facts.
Getting all the facts. Yeah, cool. And he just looks around the rest and says, "Where's his minder?"
So I need I remind you that you accused us of leaving one of your group who just gone off to the toilet a few hours
I
ago.
didn't know. Well, what can I say? It was your bet. You should have seen him go to the toilet. That's not my responsibility.
Who we should note doesn't have a robe on right now, so.
Okay, everyone else has. As you look around the group, everyone has some sort of colour on them. Even Dave has like a little handkerchief wrapped around his arm which has the same colour. But everyone is sort of either sporting the robe or something to indicate that they are a pilgrim.
I'll carry on
And
over the bridge then.
And Debbie Dozy. Can you walk
I'm
over the
fucking
bridge?
clever. As he walks over a bridge, he has no idea what happened.
Yep. So Akadios, you walk over the bridge. Fine. You think?
Perfect. It's a bridge. Move on.
Yep, it's a bridge. You walk over the bridge. Nothing happens.
So is it the time of day? Is this like? I know they were stopping for a drink and stuff. Is this like we're stopping for the night, or is this we're stopping because?
No, you're just stopping
we need
for a
break?
short rest.
Okay.
Just a short rest.
Cool.
Okay, right now I need Lauren to give me some succession of very quick rolls for. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Just because I saw her get up and walk away. So.
So are we moving now, or are we still staying here?
Well,
Finish the rest?
so Felina, you managed to purify some water, so that's all well and good. Nice drink of water. You pass it around. People are drinking from it. You pass it over to one of the people from the group who just takes the jar from you, sort of looks at it, and goes, "Who's Poppy?" and then takes a drink.
I don't know. You should ask Dave.
Dave
And Dave just looks
Poppy
like,
this earned a drink. That's what.
I don't know. It's a pretty jar, though.
Well, that's actually a good idea. Really.
Thank you. Thank
Take
you.
the petals into the water and see what happens.
Yep.
Do that though. Oh,
Yeah, time
at
passes
least.
by. Everyone's had a nice drink. People have relieved themselves. Everyone seems to be sort of ready to sort of just rock and roll if they so want to. It's up to you.
Absolutely. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So is everyone getting up and walking across?
Except me.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
flying.
Except you.
But
I'm flying.
So again.
I don't
So
walk.
what? Yeah. So what was
I'm-
that, Silas?
I'm just wondering if the bridge looks sturdy.
Well, we just had Joe cross it, and it was fine.
Right, but I'm concerned about like a whole group of people crossing.
Well, all I would say is cross it before they do.
I'm safe.
I'm shouting that from across the river.
Okay, cool. Zack, just give me a Just give me a straight intelligence roll, please.
Ooh. Let's see. That is a. Where's my modifier for 18? Because I'm smart.
18. No, you take the time. You sort of look at the bridge, and architecturally, it's quite sound. I mean, there's definitely rooms for improvement. I mean, there's the use of a 30-degree incline over the water could have probably been improved with possibly a different sort of an incline. I mean, the material is sort of just stone and earth. You know, if they had some good concrete, they could have done something about that. Maybe to added some limestone into it to reinforce it. But it seems like a good, sturdy enough bridge. It'll hold people, because at the end of the day, if it didn't hold people, it would have been long gone fucking ages ago.
All right.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Yeah.
It's everyone cross before Cupcake does.
I do that.
Do that. So yeah, Lauren, you walk over the bridge, Lauren. What's your passive perception, Lauren?
Let me double check. 13.
Okay, cool.
I go after her.
So yeah, as Iris walks over the bridge, everything's fine. I mean, the duck squirms slightly, but you're just carrying on, just scrubbing its belly, and the duck seems very happy, just purring away. And everyone just walks over the bridge. Everything's fine on the other side of the bridge.
Cool.
Cool. At this point, so we'll go and walk across. He goes, well, if we're done here, and just another couple of hours, we'll be at the town.
And damn Dabby Dozy.
And you carry on working. So, a couple of hours later, in the distance, you can see what seems to be sort of you start walking down the path, and in the distance, you can see the sort of the shape of a town starts to form, like a small sort of rural town. To the left and right of you can see sort of fields of corn. You can see, I don't know, there's a field of like multiple of cows in the field. To the right, you can see a field of sheep, little lambs sort of like bleating and jumping around. You can see sort of like people are in the field sort of herding the different animals. And the people here, they're wearing like robes of like yellow. And some of you can see like farmers dressed in their normal rural gear. You can see like a range of like humans and tieflings, like different ranges of all the different races, and they're just working the fields as you get closer to the village of Berivia. As you enter into the town of Berivia, you come across what looks to be like a nice small sort of rural town. The buildings are sort of like a mixture of sort of concrete and wood. You're sort of in the main courtyard. You can sort of see sort of people bringing in their wares and the hay from the fields. You can see like people milling around, chatting around. You can see there's a fair few pilgrims here already who seem to be sort of just unloading their camp and sort of taking the weight off their feet. You can see some are sat down, sort of just rubbing the soles of the feet and just taking a moment to sort of breathe in the serenity of this town. And you can see so there's other people of the village are walking around and they're handing food to the pilgrims, giving them drinks and topping their like food supplies. In the distance, you can see what seems to be like a small church-style building, and there's sort of just people just dotted all around. What would like to do?
Appreciate the end.
So are we getting food as well, or are they?
Yep. As you come in, so a woman sort of walks through and goes, travellers, welcome. Please rest yourself up for the night. And then she offers you like a range of selection of like nice fruits and some breads. And it's like we have some wine as well if you would like some wine, or we do have water. We don't. We've got our own well. We don't drink from the river. That's a bad idea. But no, we got all these sort of sources here for you to make use of.
Yeah, the river has a hint of poppy in it now, so you might not want to.
So what was that, Felina?
Do you have a bathhouse?
A bathhouse? Not really, no. But I mean, if we could probably throw into one of the inns and we could get some water from the well and heat that up and sort of make a warm bath for you that way if you wanted to.
That will be much appreciated.
Fantastic. Well, I'll go speak to Dice and see if there's room at the inn for you. Will you be spending the night?
Oh wait.
Are we spending the night at the inn, or where are we spending the night?
I
have something called by popular demand where it says I can always find a place to perform, and at such a place I receive free lodging and food or a modest, comfortable standard equivalent.
At this point, she locks eyes with the eye and goes, "Oh my God! I did not realize it's you, Iris. Oh yes, you all have to stay completely for free of charge. I'll even let you perform for us. Please give us a shanty and a song now. I'm sure the pilgrims here of Ashen will be very much enjoying for a little performance to take a respite of the long traveling they've done."
Yeah, no pressure. The ability of your performance is going to dictate our ability to stay in this town tonight. So
yeah.
It also
I'll
says
help.
it says if strangers in town recognize me, they take an immediate liking to me. So how would we know if I've been here before?
Oh no! It's read that out again.
It says, in addition, your performance makes you something of a local figure. So if I've been here before, people recognize me and they take a liking to me. But how would we know? Like, how would we
Well,
decide?
you've not been here before, but people had some of the pilgrims here had seen you perform at the dock town before, and you can see sort of people like sort of spreading rumours, and you can see some people sort of like nodding, and the Dice says, "I've heard some great things about you. I do really look forward to one of your performances, and please, it would be great if you can spend the night spending the town. But I mean, if you want to stay a couple of more days, we would love to have you. I know you're on the pilgrimage, but we could put you up for a couple of nights if you wanted to. You can sing to the pilgrims coming through, and I think they'll really enjoy that from you. I mean, would you like to stay a bit longer? I can give you a tour of the town if you like.
I would love to, but we are on a schedule. We'll see how many performances we can sneak in.
Yeah, at this point, so you sort of catch Goem sort of just looking at you quizzically.
hey Tim, this is just game related.
Yep.
I'm just adding equipment for the sake of having it, and I can't figure out how to remove something. Do you have an option to remove equipment from my? Wait,
Well,
never mind. I figured it out. I'm smart.
Hey.
I'm smart.
Congratulations. So what's everybody doing while you can see Iris and Doris are having this lovely conversation?
I'm just waiting to be taken to the bath. I'm dirty. I've been out in the woods.
I want to bust out my alchemy kit and start refining this poppy.
Okay, cool. Not a problem. Joe, Zack, you doing anything?
Silas is taking back the duck from Iris while she's talking. And we decided we're going to date the duck Gerard.
Gerard
the duck.
The duck seems happy with this name.
Perfect. I got to add that to my party list real quick. Hold on. Yeah. Gerard. Cool.
Gerard has 4 hit points.
Yeah. Oh no. But anyway, so yeah, I am gonna ask the person that Iris is talking to. Is like, do you know if is there a guild in town? Is there a guild location here?
No, not in this town. No. We're quite a small town. The only places we really have, we have the farms, the barn, the church, and the inn that we're going to be putting the Iris up into, and the rest of you, of course. And we're going to run a nice little bath for that very, very pretty elf over there.
Okay. I'm going to go over to like whatever their equivalent of a general store is.
Okay. Yep.
And I want to pick up a couple of like small vials.
You sort of look around, and you can see what seems to be a little farmer.
Vials.
Yeah, he's got like a little bit of wheat hanging out of his mouth, and he's there, and he's got like a little lamb in his hand that he's just in his arm that he's just sort of stroking that every now and then, as he's just like stroking it, and he sees you walk over and he goes, "Is there anything of interest I can help you? I've got some nice produce. I've got some bits and pieces. Anything special?"
Just looking for some. Just looking for some flasks or some vials.
Well, I've got these nice little leather flasks. I mean, that'll do the job for you.
Perfect. Can I get 3?
Yeah, no, that'll work nicely.
Sweet. What are you?
Call it 5 silver.
Would it say 45 silver?
I said 5 silver. I mean,
5 silver?
you might want to clean your ears out there.
Yeah.
What's your passive perception, please, Zach?
Passive is, I think, 11, 12? 12.
12. Okay, yeah. Everything seems fine. The lamb looks a bit weird.
Weird how?
Just looks different. Looks strange. You can't place your finger on it.
I'm going to try to, I'm going to fumble with going for coin to pay for this to try to give me a little bit of time to, I guess, investigate. Or would it be investigate or perception to try to, take in the, really try to scope out that lamb?
Well, I would say it's probably going to be investigation to sort of pay attention to the lamb.
Okay, so Silas is gonna kind of fumble with getting coin. He's gonna pretend like it's Gerard who's kind of sitting at his arm that's making it a little difficult to go for it.
And then the family goes, "That's a nice duck you got there.
Oh, thank you.
It would taste really good with a couple of roasted vegetables.
Oh no,
I mean, I can take care of that for you if you like."
Don't, he's gonna use
Hearing this, Gerard then suddenly just tries to get himself further into the crevice of your arm.
Yeah, I like to go with the stalling. Silas will kind of pull his hand back and kind of cover Gerard's ear.
Every now and then you can see Gerard just pokes his head up, looking over your hand just to see what's going on.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'm scoping out that duck, or scoping out the lamb.
Okay,
trying to figure out why it looks weird.
You need to hit 15 or more.
15 on investigation.
Yep. Investigation. Yep.
15 even.
15 even. You pay attention to the lamb. I mean, you look at it. It's got it's got a nose. It's got a mouth. It's got 3 eyes, ears. Nice and fluffy.
Nova's buzzing in the background here. Can you run that again?
So I say, it looks like a normal lamb. He's got a nice fluffy mane to it. He's got a nose, a nice healthy tongue, 2 ears, 3 eyes. It just looks like it seems okay.
3 eyes?
Yeah, 3 eyes.
Where is the third eye? Middle of the forehead, or where are we talking?
No, the third eye is just slightly off to one side, and it doesn't look like a normal eye. It kind of looks a bit weird and whitish.
Like a glass eye almost, or just fully whited over?
Oh, fully whited lamb eye.
So a blind eye, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Boy. So yeah, as Silas will finally get to his coins and kind of put the coin for the flasks on the counter, and be like, "Your lamb all good?"
So yeah.
It's just is your lamb all good?
Oh, as perfect the day that the Lord born him. Yeah. Kevin is great.
Always been blind?
He's not blind. He can see perfectly.
Well, what about the?
Can't you, Kenny? He holds it, Kenny, like, hey, look at you. Oh, yeah, that's it. Gives some kisses to Daddy. Yep, takes him out and strokes him. Goes, his eyes fine. It's a gift of our Lord.
All right then. Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you for your. Thank you for the flask. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Well, I'll be seeing you probably later tonight because we're all going to come see the Great Iris thing. I'm looking forward to that.
The what now?
Iris, the one that with you. She's going to sing for everybody.
Yeah.
Better not suck. Hey, you know what I mean?
Cool. Well,
it depends on how much you pay her. What? Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Is the owl with you? I mean, we can cut the owl as well if you like. Hey.
Owl's kind of, it's with me. Careful with him. He's a good shot.
Okay, no, that's no, fair enough. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll probably be over there straight after mass, so we'll be fine.
After mass, got it. Cool.
Well, the church. And he points over his shoulder.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking Silas would probably want to I don't know what's going on here. Things are being a little weird. Probably wouldn't hurt to get a flask or 2 full of holy water or something like that just to have.
How do you put holes in water?
Archibald. Less thinking with your gun. Less thinking with the gun, Archibald. So kind
No
of
healing for Archibald.
Silas will kind of, I guess, head out and go for the church. And
Yep.
well, maybe kind of like regroup with people first. Feel like this place feels weird. Couldn't tell you why. General store owner's got a 3-eyed lamb. Thinks it's fine. Thinks it's totally normal.
Are you just saying this to your group, or are you saying this to everybody?
My group? To the
Your
group.
yeah. As you're explaining to the rest of the group, you hear he goes, "Yeah, totally agree. It's a bit weird. Not much here in this town."
Let's see, 3 empty flasks.
Or was this like a personal thing? Should I not be here? I mean, I can leave if you want me to.
Who? I'm sorry. Who has joined into our conversation?
Dave has.
Oh, Dave.
Dave's just stood next to you.
Dave, are you fucking talking again?
Yeah, sorry.
Dave, it's a little weird out here. Just keep an eye.
Oh yeah, it's just very quiet. Not a lot really. There's not a lot to acquire. I mean, to see.
Well,
Dave,
you never
Have
know.
you been
You
here
could-
before?
Dave, go
the
to
church
bed.
is
First time.
Go to bed, Dave.
A bit early for that.
So how are people behaving?
Everyone
In this
seems to
town.
be quite nice, joyful, happy. Like the pilgrims all sort of there, just happy chatters going on between them and the sort of the town folk. And you can see, like I say, like there's those farmers walking around. There's people with like yellow robes on who are walking around and handing the food out to people. And you can see people in conversations and chatting around. You can see what seems to be a large, plump man. Seems to be sort of just walking around. He's got like a little notebook and he's writing things down and he's talking to people. And you can see him in sort of conversation. But everything seems quite joyful and sort of like just quite nice and relaxed environment.
They're wearing yellow robes and our guys are wearing dark red. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we? Okay, I would ask what's his name about that. God, what's their leader's name?
Gorham.
Gorham. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Gorham about it's like why are they wearing yellow while you're wearing red? Is that significant?
Well, red is typically the color of the pilgrims. They're wearing the colors of their local village. They've got their own community. So no, they've got their church. And they wear yellow, as in for like that's their like religious attire. I
But-
will say.
Y'all are of the similar religion. You're just red for pilgrims. Yellow is
Yeah, pretty much exactly that. Yeah, raised for a pilgrimage. Different colours for religion. Depends where you come from. I mean, my personal one's a bit with a weird tartan skirt that I have to wear. You know, everyone's all to themselves, really.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I want to go check out
Do
my
the
room.
people look-
sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Do
say
the
again,
people
Phil?
look like they're in a cult? The people that wears yellow, do they look like overly happy?
Just give me a religion roll then, please, for that.
Oh shit,
You
religion.
just asked about a cult for some reason, so
No, but it like do they? It's like that's like do they look like they're really really happy and like overly friendly? That's what I mean.
religion roll, please.
That is a 4.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
people these basically. I mean, you get no sense of like alternative motives. Everyone's just being happy. You know, there's people in the robes. There's just normal people dressed normally. You know, there's a fair few farmers because obviously, like as you walked in, the fields surround this town. It is very much like a livestock and sort of wheat style environment. So there's nothing overly to untowards that sort of would make you think otherwise.
Then I'll eat the food.
And there's the food. You know, it's really good tasting bread. I mean, the fruit is fresh-ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I see any other animals about that are weird?
How do you mean weird? Oh yeah, because
Because of three-eyed sheep.
So, Silas, did you feedback about the three-eyed sheep to everybody?
Yep.
He came up to the group, didn't he, and told us, yeah.
Yeah. And give me are you trying to look for animals particularly?
At the minute, yeah, because that's what he said but was there, so...
Okay, so yeah, you scan your eyes around. Just give me lots of perception this round, but give me an investigation roll because you're looking specifically for animals.
50. Oh, hang on. What was it? Sorry, investigation.
Investigation, yep.
Yeah, 15.
15, you sort of look around, you can see some chickens. Obviously, there's chickens pucking around. You know, it's the typical. You can see what looks to be like a cow sort of off in the distance, or that just stood next to it, like a big barns type of building. There seems to be a couple of cows. You're at a distance, so it's going to be hard for you to really ascertain if there's anything weird about them, but you kind of have to get a bit closer to sort of really make a formal assessment of what if they are slightly strange or not.
I would like to get close to the cows and the chickens to see if there's anything weird about them.
Okay. So you sort of wander away from the group, and you go over next to the cows, and you look over the cows. This cow looks completely fine for you. You stroke the top of its head. You know, you're paying attention to its eyes, of course. I mean, is that what you're looking for, or what is it that you're specifically
Well, it's
looking
just
for?
generally anything that looks like it is wrong on a cow. So any kind of abnormalities, really.
So I mean, you stroke the head of the cow. The cow moves, like its two tongues come out of its mouth and sort of lip up some of the hay and eat that. And the cow itself, you know, apart from the two tongues, the cow seems quite normal. The chickens are chickens. Nothing strange about the chickens at all. As I say, the forked tongue from the cow does make it a little bit unsettling to you.
I walk back to the group and I say that obviously you got a 3-eyed lamb over there, and the cows have got 2 tongues or forked tongues.
Yeah.
There's something weird here.
All right, everybody, eyes peeled, just in case. Actually, you know what? No, actually, I'll pocket that. Never mind. Continue.
Go on, say. You know you want to.
Well, Silas kind of figures that there is some magic at work here somewhere, but doesn't really know where to look. But will say, considering this area seems to be very religious, that like the church has come up in multiple conversations now. So I think we might want to check the church out before Mass, before everybody else gets there. Something feels off, and I feel like it's got something to do with the church.
Okay.
I'm curious who the Lord is. Who
Might
gave him the
be
sheep.
worth taking a very unassuming peek at what's going on.
I'll say you're doing this away from Doris.
Yeah. Away from the others, away from Dave.
Dave stands where I'm stood right behind you.
Oh, that's sneaky Dave.
Dave,
Very
you
sneaky.
son of a bitch. Fine.
I mean, I can leave if you like. It's not a problem. You won't even see me.
Clearly not. Clearly not, Dave.
At that point, Dave walks away and disappears.
Okay.
Almost like a Jason Bourne, you know, people walking past and see Dave's not there.
Oh my God, it's Jason.
Is anyone?
I feel like I can learn a lot from Dave.
Who is this dude? Who is this guy? I don't like him.
Fuck this guy.
Keeps sneaking around and shit. Anyway, we're gonna go check out a church.
You guys want to go talk to a ghost?
Yeah, they probably need to fix my water and heat it up before I can take my bath. So check out the church.
I'll go to my
Yeah,
room
so-
in the end.
Okay, so you're going to split away from the group.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to split the party, don't you know?
Fantastic.
Especially in a place with a bunch of weird people.
So,
You're going
so
to
Billy,
church.
yeah, so
Mm-mm.
because Archibald, you sort of go over to where the inn is, and you sort of met with Dodge. Like, no. So everyone goes in together. No, we're very limited on space, but because we've got Iris here, we're going to put all of you into the guest room.
Perfect.
You know, well, there's a lot of people here already, so most of the rooms are taken up. But no, we keep a special room to be, and because we've got minor celebrity here, we're going to. Sorry, I keep it the wrong voice. We're going to put her up in the nice little room. And with everybody else around, and then she'll be able to do a performance tonight, and it'll be really joyful. There'll be plenty of food for everybody. It's going to be a really wonderful experience. But unfortunately, you can't get in just yet. We're still getting it ready.
You doing a cat voice is wonderful. I want to find somewhere to set up my alchemy kit to do my little
Okay, yeah.
project.
You can see where the carriage by the bottom. There's a nice sheltered area. There seems to be like a table with like some hay on it. You'll be able to go over there next to like the cows and the chickens, lay your kit out and start having a think with it that way, and sort of be left undisturbed if you wanted to.
I would love that.
And what are you doing with your tinker set?
I'm refining the poppy
Refining pipe into what form?
and into a form that might get me banned for TOS.
Fantastic. So you go over to this table and you pull your poppy seeds out and you got some little tinker bits and you start to decant this into a very nice liquid that would probably be very good for somebody. It's borderline that substance that you can drink that will make you very happy, and also borderline another substance that could make you very sort of dependent on it.
Perfect.
For Felina, while Archibald's doing this, you smell it in the distance. Due to your sort of the background, the history, the things that you do, you notice a sort of very familiar smell coming from what Archibald is working on, and seem
Ooh.
quite intrigued by it.
I'm gonna go over and ask what he's doing then.
I'll give her very small portion of it because I want to sell the rest.
I'll
Are you
give it
telling
a
her
sniff.
that's what you want to do?
Yeah, I'll give you a little taste. It's like you just come to Archibald whenever you need a little taste. It's all right. Yeah.
The perfect drug dealer, get him hooked.
What are you doing, Felina?
It's free this time.
I'm giving it a sniff. See how well I recognize it.
Yeah, go give a sniff and give me a roll on that table. Did we do that table for you or not? I can't remember.
I don't think we actually.
We haven't implemented it yet. No.
It's like,
Give me a Let's put the fun. Give me a give me a quick history roll.
yes. Ooh. Yeah, that's a 19, so that's a 21.
Yeah, you know this smell. The smell kind of reminds you the smell you get from it, ever so slightly subtle on the nose, very specific sort of taste to it, almost like you can taste it. Reminds you of like the feeling you had in your hand when you're in the poppy field and you cut yourself, and you realise, yeah, you could work with this.
Oh, this is interesting.
Only the
It's,
finest for you, Felina.
Thank you. Well, I dabble a little bit in stuff like this myself, so it would be fun to try out. Do you think people here would like try a drink if we give it to them and see what happens?
We're selling this. We are expanding the
Yeah, but-
empire.
Yeah, but don't you want to know what the effects are before? So we can price it really high. That's what I mean. We need to know how good the effects are.
Joe's internal copper's freaking out.
Give them all a little bit of a taste and then charge them high when they come back for more.
Exactly.
I
know like how good it feels because it kind of got the sense when I was in the poppy field trying to get a sample of, but it's like we need to know how concentrated you can make it so we don't accidentally kill people, so they just have fun.
It's true.
And not actually just
can't kill our customer
die.
base. Yeah,
exactly.
right.
That would be terrible business.
It's a terrible business model. Perfect. I mean, yeah. Let's start setting up our operation.
Deal.
Well, we'll pull out.
Are you being okay? So this operation, I'm going to give you the option now. You can either roll persuasion or deception. You just don't tell me which. Against each other over this deal.
Wait, against each other?
Yeah, because you're making a deal whether this is a truthful and an honest deal or you plan to deceive the other person.
Oh.
You said persuasion or deception?
Persuasion or deception.
It's up to you to decide which. Just don't tell me what. Just tell me if it's a successful roll. Just remember what it was.
15.
Yeah, I significantly lower at 5.
Yeah, but Felina's all in on this. Great idea.
We're gonna rule the world.
Yes, we are. Well, I've been in my dream since I was a little kid.
At this point, Silas, Iris, and Akadios, what are you all three doing? You heading yourself off to the church, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Everyone gets to see the church because I can't split people, so on you. So you turn up to a church and you go in. It's a typical sort of nice, sort of warmly sort of feeling church. There's a load of like seats leading up to the centre, and there's a large clock on the far wall. The windows lighting into this like wooden church. Yeah, this is basically what you see is what you see at the moment. It kind of feels a very ethereal sort of like feeling to this church. Zack, unmute yourself.
Sorry.
We're going to have a Zack pot for Billy on your stream. We can just basically have points for when Zack mutes himself.
That's just going to be great.
Yeah.
It's because Nova keeps barking. Sorry.
Me.
Gonna kind of look around the church, see if there's any kind of indication of who the deity is being worshipped here.
Okay, dokie. Just give me a religion roll, please. You're
I'll
right
be
in
doing
the
the
house
same
of
as well.
God. Say again, Joe?
I say I'll be doing the same as well.
Okay, religion roll for you as well, please, honey.
13.
10.
10. You look around. This is the church of the Lord. It is religious. The only thing that seems slightly out of place is the clock on the wall. Which the pair of you, even with a low roll, would be like, it's strange to have a clock in a church.
Yeah. Silas is gonna go straight for that. And give it a tinkerer's look over of like, if there's anything in like any particular details about it that stand out, or anything about the way it works that stands out, or something like that.
Okay, just give
Is
me
it
an
the right
Arcana roll.
time?
A what?
Is it the right time? Yeah, the time is correct. Give me an Arcana roll there, please, Silas.
7.
Okay, cool. So as you pay attention to the clock itself, you start counting the numbers on the hands, and the numbers seem to shift, and you feel a scratching at the back of your eyeballs as the numbers begin to imprint themselves. And I would say, Arcadios, because you're in the room with Silas, that Silas seems to just stands motionless in front of this clock. Whatever he was doing, he's suddenly just very stiff, as he seems to be entranced with the clock. And Silas, as you stood there, you feel this sort of the scratching at the back of your eyeballs. It's not painful; it's almost pleasurable, one would say.
Interesting.
If I see him stood there, like almost in a trance, obviously I know that Iris had I'm assuming it's a similar look to what Iris had, is it? Before in the poppy field.
Did Iris tell you that?
Well, no, I saw her. That's what I mean. If I look, does she have the same look that
Give me a history
Silas
roll.
had? 19.
19. What Silas is currently doing is very reminiscent of what Iris was doing with the poppy field. Stood sort of motionless, paying very sort of close attention to something that may or may not be there.
Okay. I'll obviously, being as I remember that, I'll walk over and start,
Oop. Say again? Is Joe broken up for anyone else? Or is that just me?
Yeah, he's kind of lagging.
Sorry, my headset randomly disconnected then.
Okay, so say that again, Joe.
Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back.
My headset disconnected for some reason. So I said I'd go over, obviously recognising the same kind of thing, and so I'd like shake his shoulders, click my fingers, wave my hand in front of his face, trying to snap him out of it.
Cool. Zack, so Joe, I need you to give me a dexterity throw, and I need Zack to give me a dexterity saving throw. And basically,
So is that just
has
normal for me, is it?
So yeah,
13.
straight up dexterity from you. Joe just disconnected again. Wait for Joe to come back. Welcome back, Joe.
What's going on? I think I might press the back button by accident. Sorry, so just a normal dex throw for me, is
Yeah,
it?
deck, and then Zack. So you.
Yeah,
Just
13.
a 10 for me.
10. So Zack rolled over your dex check. So you try to shake him, and nothing. You can't seem to snap him out of what's going on at this moment in time.
Right.
What's going on inside Silas's head as he's kind of locked into this trance?
As you're sort of locked in the trance, you're seeing the numbers are shifting. They're no longer sort of numbers anymore. They're strange symbols that you don't understand, but you feel a connection to. As you're actually locked into it, you can sort of feeling a warm feeling starts to come over, swell throughout your body, almost a feeling of love and connection.
So, I don't know if Silas is entirely aware of what exactly is happening, but he's going to try to focus really hard on remembering what these symbols are.
Okay.
And he's still like holding Gerard here.
He's still holding Gerard. Yeah.
How is Gerard unsettled right now, or
Gerard
can he
seems to be.
feel?
Gerard, bear in mind your entire attention is coming on this clock, so Gerard's just quite happily still in the sort of the crook of your arm. Nothing sort of untowards with that. But because you're paying particular attention on the symbols and you're trying to remember the symbols, your dread level goes up by 2.
Oh shit.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
And then at this moment, suddenly you see Akadios is stood next to you, and he's like trying to snap you out, and suddenly everything you snap back to reality, and you can see Akadios sort of stood there. So you're looking towards Akadios, and you look back at the clock, and the clock's just a normal clock.
Okay. He says, Silas says, "Nobody say anything," and dives, sets Gerard down, goes straight for his tinker's tools, pulls out a piece of chalk, and starts trying to scroll down all of the symbols that he saw.
Fantastic. So add down that you got all the symbols, and you will have a handout potentially for the next one.
Okay.
Next game.
Just gonna put this in my inventory. Symbols from the. Did we ever get a name for this town?
Yeah, the village of Barovia. Barovia.
Hopefully not of Stradfane, Barovia. Cool.
And while you both are still there, you suddenly hear a come from behind you.
It's Dave, isn't it?
That.
Go on. Sorry.
You hear a voice like, "Hello, can I help you?"
Do you have an archive?
We're a small town, so no, we don't. But let me introduce myself. My name is Father Jonah. I am the priest for this church.
Father Jonah, do you have any, maybe not an archive, do you have any like religious texts for the church?
We have the Bible.
Do you have a spare copy?
Any of the pews down there, you'll see there's copies of the Bible for everybody when they come to Mass soon.
Bludge, Father, thank you.
I'll take one out and hand it to Silas.
Yeah, Silas immediately goes and sits down in one of the pews and starts trying to flip through the Bible to see if flip through the text to see if there's any kind of reference to the symbols.
At this point, Jonah sort of turns around to Cody and goes, "It's been a long time since I've seen somebody as happy and devoted to religion such as your man there. I welcome the pair of you into our church. You are more than welcome to attend Mass later tonight."
Silas just literally not even looking at him, just kind of like sticks a thumbs up into the air and then just goes back to doing what he's just like a.
I just turn and give him an awkward smile because I technically don't have a clue what's going on.
Well, just give me a performance roll there, please, honey.
+5. That is an 17.
You know, a nice warm smile, and Jonas sort of lays a hand on your shoulder. Yes, and peace be with you, child.
I say, peace be with you, Father.
He puts his hand to his chest and he nods nicely. Yes, but if you don't mind, I need to get ready for mass tonight. Your friend over there feverishly sort of flipping through the Bible. By all means, take the Bible with you, but please make sure you return it. And don't be leaving. Our resources are limited as they are itself. We don't get. We're generally a sort of a very self-sufficient village here. So I know we farm the crops, and we eat the crops. We do have people come through. We do some trading, but as I'm sure you're aware, there is a little bit of inbreeding with the stock as well. You see, so our resources aren't limited.
I'll say, Father, what do you mean inbreeding with the stock?
Well, when
Let's just I've noticed 3-eyed lambs and a fork-tongued cow.
Yes, unfortunately, I think that has come from the cattle breeding amongst themselves. We very rarely get actual new livestock in, so it gets to a stage where they're related to each other, and they get with each other, and hence we get some sort of deformities. I have raised the issue because I think we should probably clean the deformities out of the stock, but some of the farmers are very attached to their animals. It's a bit of a shame, but
I thought you meant.
we do try to keep them separated from the other livestock to at least make sure that we do get some sort of quality animals bred through the processes that we have here when we're sort of running the different animals and sort of gathering in our wares ready for the winter.
Right. Okay. That makes me feel a bit better. Thank you.
I'm happy I could help.
Won't solve our livestock issue, I guess.
Yes.
Potentially. Yeah. Any indicators in the religious text about what those symbols might be?
You find none of the symbols in the Bible whatsoever.
Ooh, interesting.
Is the father gone, or is he?
No, the father stood there with you, but he's currently over, sort of setting a pew. You can see he's decanting some wine into some goblets. There's a little bowl of what seems to be clear water, and he's dipping his fingers into it and flicking it onto the different the vessels that he's decanting the wine into on a little table.
Interesting.
I kind of gesticulate towards Silas, as in to say, should we go? But I also kind of want to know what happened.
No, we're
in a trance.
We can go get some air. We can get some air.
Yeah. I'll say thank you, Father.
You are welcome. Solara be with you.
Who?
Solara.
Solara?
Yeah. Our goddess of balance.
Interesting. Okay.
I walk out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Same.
As you walk out, you sort of head back down to sort of the town area where you can see both Felina and Archibald are feverishly tinkering over little vials, and you sort of the pair of you just give me as you walk past them, just give me intelligence saving throws, the pair of you, please. Iris, did you go with those two, by the way, or did you stay in the town?
I stayed in the town.
You stayed in the town, okay. You're sort of busy around talking to people, gathering the information from the area and sort of the local stories and stuff like that. But
Hyping them up for the concert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Silas and Akadios, as I say, the saving throw, please.
13.
Wait, what saving throw?
What was
it
it
intelligence?
Yeah, intelligence saving throw.
Oh,
13 for me.
I have disadvantage on that right now, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Is this how I'm going to take over the group? I'm just going to get them all
that
hooked on my
is-
drugs.
My disadvantage is 14. So
14, and what was yours, Joe?
13.
So that's for the pair of you. So as you walk past, you waft what seems to be like a sweet smell coming from both Felina and Archibald. As you both smell that, suddenly the world just erupts into vivid colours.
God
Yay.
I kind of stagger a little bit.
For the pair of you, everything seems great.
I
Can I
just look at
give-
Silas and grin.
I'm gonna give Archibald the rest of my destroyed puppies since it's doing such a good way of making the thingies so we
Yeah.
can make
Oh.
more. Seeing people get happy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
damn.
So you stood there.
Yeah.
You can see a very happy Silas and Akadios sort of just walk past you. You seem to be doing the whole like looking around you, going, "Ooh, ah, oh," with big cheesy smiles on the pair of their faces.
I'm gonna look at Archibald like, if the scent is this strong, I'm really curious about how it is to drink.
Well, you
And now I'm
can
a bit
try it
worried
after we
about-
finish. You can try it after we finish.
Well, do you have a teeny tiny bit?
No,
I'm
you have to
kinda-
finish your work first. Then you get your treat.
Oh my god! Are you trying
I
to
gave him the evil eye or something.
Yeah, you give him the evil eye.
And my eyes are fully black, so it's just like a pit of darkness.
Yeah.
Gotta wait. We're almost done. I assume we're
Yeah.
almost done. Right?
Or I would say you're almost done. Yeah, you're now at the stage where you're just starting to bottle up the vitals of everything.
Perfect.
I mean, I wanted to ask Silas about what happened, but I'm guessing at the moment I don't particularly care.
Oh, you can ask him if you want to. Just do it in a very happy way.
I don't even know how to do that.
I don't know how to be happy.
Imagine you're Joe. Imagine you're drunk, but without like you're a happy drunk.
So I look at him and I'm just grinning like the Cheshire Cat. And I go,
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm
Where did you
holding,
go?
I'm like very, very intently scratching Gerard's head to the point that like Gerard looks like he might be getting a little bit uncomfortable with
I
how
can see that
happy
Gerard
he's,
is now
like,
glowing, so I'd like
yeah.
to try and stroke him as well, please.
Yeah, you start strangers. The pair of you, suddenly the pair of you are just stroking the living crap out of this duck. You know,
Poor
the
Gerard.
texture of the feathers, the smell of the duck. You know, the nature on it. Just that. I mean, this duck could be an almighty being as far as the pair of you are concerned.
I just look at him and I just go, Gerard, you know what I love about you? You've only got two eyes. You're just a nice, normal duck, and I love it.
Oh,
And you're so pretty.
his little feathers. Your feathers. You feel how soft that is. You feel a little down. You feel
So
the down
soft.
over there. You feel how soft that is.
What do his feet feel like?
So in the church, right? Okay. So in the church, right? I was
Yes,
I was
the
staring
church,
at the clock.
yes,
I was
yes.
looking at the clock. And then all of a sudden it just all of a sudden I felt I was in the clock. I was in the clock, right? So
You were a clock.
looking at it.
You were a
the
clock.
face- I was in the clock, right? In the
Not
face,
you
of the
anymore.
clock was just swirling around. It was swirling around, right? It wasn't numbers anymore, right? It was shapes. It
I
was
want to go and look at the clock.
things. And that's what when I was in there, I was back there, and I said I need to write things down. That was what I was seeing. I saw these. There were shapes. There were just shapes and colors all over this clock face, and I wanted to know what they were. So I focused
So it
really,
wasn't a
really
clock
hard
face?
on them, which is probably why I didn't snap out of it when you were like, and I kind of like
really did try. I
snapped in
tried.
his face,
Yeah.
like he had been snapping at mine. It's like,
Who's that hand?
It's just
What's your
pupils
hand?
dilated the fuck.
Yeah, I would say both the eyes are like wide, but pins for like the irises as they're just like staring at each other. Everyone else, as I would say, Iris, Iris, you pay attention. You can basically just see both Akadios and Silas are just throwing shapes at each other, and they're speeding, talking like 1,000 words a minute. Like everyone else who are paying attention can't understand a word of what's going on. 902, not 90210. When they have too much cover. Like,
Was it Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
That's the one.
Yes,
Yeah, Brooklyn
I-
Nine-Nine.
You're talking normally, and everyone
Yeah,
else is
so the
talking
pair of
really
you are just
slowly.
talking 100 words a minute. Everyone else is like, "What's going on?" Both Felina and Archibald, you just look at each other with massive grins on your faces because you know this stuff is good. So carry on talking.
Tell me about the shapes. I want to know about the shapes. What about shapes? Tell me about the shapes.
So I was looking at the shapes and I was looking at them. I didn't recognize them at all, and that's why I was trying to keep a hold of them. I was trying to keep them in my brain, right? I was trying to keep them in my brain so I could then write them down. And I wrote them down, and I went and looked in the book. I looked at the book, and there was no shapes in the book. I don't know why I'm seeing the shapes if the shapes aren't in the book. I thought
Show me the shapes. You show me the shapes. Where are the shapes? You wrote them down. Where are the shapes?
Yeah. And I kind of like pull out I kind of like look at Gerard for a moment. I'm like, I kind of turn to Iris and like, can you hold Gerard, please? Can you just
No, I like him. He's so soft. I'm
just
pretty
goes
with
like
his 2 eyes.
rifling through one of his pockets and pulls out the little like notebook he keeps with his tinker stuff, and he kind of like holds the page open and just kind of fully just shows the book like 2 arms straight out.
So outside of this, is it something I would recognise?
As you look at the numbers, you recognise these numbers
Okay, do I know where I recognise them from?
from counting to 10.
So the shapes that I wrote
So
down,
not shapes, they're just
They're numbers as far as you're concerned, Archibald. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So wait, no, show me the shapes. The shapes. You just show me numbers. You know what numbers are. You make things. You should know.
I like
No, these are numbers.
confused and kind of like turn the notebook around and like
Now they're
The
upside
shapes
down
are there,
numbers.
and the shapes are there to you, Silas. You can see the shapes, and they're weirdly sort of changing and shifting around.
wait. So I can see the shapes that are on the page, but you see just numbers.
They're the numbers, and then you turn it upside down, and they're upside down numbers. Well, they're still numbers. They're just upside down.
Okay, wait. Okay, so hold on a second. So he points to points to a random symbol on there, just a random symbol on the page.
Yep.
Wait. So what number is this?
That's a 3.
That's the number I was
assuming.
thinking of. Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Silas is like, okay, hold on. It kind of like reaches for his like chalk, like and scribbles a 3 next to it. He's like, okay,
And then all of a sudden, the pair of you crash. You suddenly like you go from talking 100 words a minute to and everything slows down. The vividity of everything else just disperses to normal, and the pair of you just feel tired. You feel drained. You feel really quite sleepy, but you like snap back into the normal world. Everything's no longer vivid, but you feel really quite drained from all of this.
Oh my god!
Can the pair of you please give me a 1d4 roll, please?
Oh no.
Yeah.
2.
Oh crap! It's a 4.
There's a 4 for you. The pair of you suddenly violently vomit all over the ground. Zach, you take 2 points of damage, psychic damage, and Joe, you explode your guts everywhere, and you take 4 points of psychic damage.
Damn it! Where's Dave? I need his sick bucket.
And then you feel fine.
Silas like just like finishes puking and then like checks his notebook. Is the notebook fine?
Notebook's fine, yeah.
Okay. It's like, oh god, okay. Oh Jesus.
So was that on my start? I was changing my hit points. You say you saw. So yeah, no, because I wouldn't know. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to look at this again because you're seeing numbers where I'm
Actually, just very quickly, I need Iris to give me a dexterity saving throw to make sure she didn't get vomited on.
Oh, Lauren. Dex save.
No, I'm not even the right dice.
Oh.
Okay.
She failed it.
Iris, from the waist down, you are covered with splatters of vomit.
Hmm.
As
Oh,
in, you didn't get out. As these two vomited everywhere. You didn't get out of the splash zone, and currently your waist is now kind of splattered with vomit.
I'm pretty sure men.
We aren't
so sorry.
losing just yet, Vera. We haven't lost yet.
I'm pretty sure the mending cantrip in 5e.
So yeah, we're winning.
Yep, should be able to if you decide to cast it.
How are you doing this morning?
No, it just repairs things. It doesn't actually clean.
Well, repair, the vomit is you repair it and it ingrains the vomit into it.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Tie-dye.
You tie her. Iris,
Sorry.
what were you wearing,
gonna
Iris?
change into the costume I have in my disguise kit.
I accidentally
What
got
does
the
your
rest of my
costume
group
look like?
incredibly wasted, and now they're vomiting
I don't
everywhere.
know. Probably something gay and jingly.
And jingling. Fantastic.
Like, you know what? How about it's like a pair of like really obnoxious like jester pants?
Oh, fantastic.
They like switch when she moves and like they jingle a little.
They're all the colours of the sun, like iridescent
They're
style,
ugly.
aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you slap on, and you suddenly just behind out of sight, and you come back out, and you got these jangly bottoms on, and you can hear people sort of like start clapping, go, "Oh, Iris is going to perform!" And everyone's getting really happy. And all suddenly, where the pair of you are, there's now a sort of a crowd starts beginning to form around you, ready for the performance. While this is happening,
I just
Yeah.
say to Iris,
do
if
a
that's the
thing?
case, can you do it quietly?
Can I just do a quick thing? Can I do Druid craft and do a little wind and puff the smell to the people around us?
Oh
Can I
my
do that?
god!
Oh no.
Yeah,
It's a Druid craft thingy.
yeah. Archibald, are you doing anything when you notice her doing this?
Nah, we'll just let her carry on.
Oh yeah.
Suddenly, just the crowd around Felina, you see everyone's eyes just go wide, and massive smiles across all the faces. Iris, I need you to do me. Are you going to perform now? Or are you going to wait a moment?
I can perform now.
I need you to give me a performance roll with advantage, please.
Yes.
Can you move this?
You ever played
Okay,
D&D, Barra?
13.
Well, check your bonuses.
Yeah,
Charisma.
but I've got
Performance is so +5. 19.
yeah.
18.
So you basically lay on one of the best performances of your life.
Thank you.
So
I actually had something queued up. You wanted to.
I was about to ask you. Go for it.
Where's the?
When she starts performing, I want to
Silas, hi
stuff
again.
cotton in my ears so I don't have to hear it.
This is a story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. While she looked so sad and food. I'm literally just singing that song, but like a jaunty medieval tune.
Fantastic, yeah. And
And I'm like pointing to a beautiful fair maiden when I say when she smiled in the crowd.
Yep, and everyone's clapping, applauding, everyone's dancing. Yeah, you can hear a couple of murmurs goes, "Why is she singing so slow?" But everyone seems to be like really engaged with everything that's sort of going on. Everyone's sort of just clapping and really happy. You give on the performance of a lifetime, and then
Can I
once you finish,
continuously do flower petals this time?
flower petals, people are losing their shit. Absolutely.
Am I high again?
Say again, Joe?
Am I high again?
Yep. As
God damn
is
it. I'm up there and I'm
Silas.
clapping.
Also, as is Iris. Everybody is.
Excellent.
So at least
Everybody
you're singing at the
is-
same speed
Away
now.
from me though.
Everyone is currently off their doodahs, just smiling, loving every moment. When Iris finishes her performance, she is showered with silver. And I also require both Silas and Akadios to drop some coin.
How much silver?
God's sake.
I've got some silver pieces I can drop.
Yeah, we can
How
make
much
people
silver you got
wish
there,
for this,
Silas?
I try and say to Archibald.
Silas, how much silver? Zack, how much silver do you have?
5.
5. You have one left.
I have 1 silver.
How much gold do you have, Joe?
12.
No, you don't. You're missing 4.
Wait, when you say missing 4, do you mean I've thrown 4 or I'm missing 4?
You're missing 4.
I think I know who this is.
And you drop 4
I
silver
don't
as well.
think it's Dave. I've only got 1 silver.
Oh, you only got 1 silver, so you drop the remaining silver you have. And as I say, Archibald and Felina, you see all of this unravel in front of you.
How fast is she playing if she's drunk?
Oh,
Can we
she's
understand the tune she's playing?
it's a rapid. It's like Alvin and the Chipmunks almost when the drugs kick in for everybody. So
I clap and I do druid craft at the flower petals.
yeah. So the performance is spectacular. Everyone seems really happy about it all. As I say, Archibald and Felina, are you talking to each other about this, or are you just seeing what's going on?
I'm just focused
I'm
on
like,
my
yeah,
work.
we can make big bucks from
Yeah.
this.
So I would say
I
by
don't
this
know.
point, yeah, Archibald, you've finished doing your work now.
All right. Packing it all up, I see the silver everywhere. I want to go start just picking it up. My little 2.5 foot tall body dodging through the crowd,
Okay.
grabbing all the silver
Iris?
I can.
Iris, how do you feel about someone taking your silver?
No.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? You see
Sure.
the owl pop out and starts trying to pick up your silver from your performance.
Kick him.
Give me an unarmed attack roll, please.
Dodge this bad boy.
3.
You have advantage, by the way.
Oh, I get to roll again. I didn't roll that. Okay, 11 plus Penny. No, my cat's trying to steal the dice. 11 plus.
It's a flat 11.
Just 11.
Just 11.
Actually,
Penny, what should I say?
Your own
16.
body, so 13.
16, yeah. So as you start picking the gold, you see Iris' foot swings towards you. You manage to aptly step out the way of it. You manage to scoop up about probably 8 silver before Iris probably drops onto all fours and scoops up the rest of the 10 silver on the ground.
Freaking A, man.
Yeah.
It's our silver. You're welcome. Walk away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you singing backup vocals? Were you doing a little dance? Did you put in a little shimmy?
Can I have some silver? I was doing backup dancing for you. I was getting the crowd riled up for you.
No. You all need to be in rehearsal next time. This is a disgrace. You're not even in a guild. Good Lord. You're lucky I don't report you. I say to the owl.
I'll say, who?
It kills every time.
And then fly
Iris
off.
is laughing now.
Perfect.
Cool. So yeah, so I say Archibald and Felina, you'll finish doing your cooking. What do the pair of you want to do? Anything or?
I kind of want to walk a little bit away from the crowd, seeing what happened to Silas and Akadios. I don't want to be sprayed.
Okay. So what are you going to do? Oh
I'm
yeah.
just gonna move away from
Cool.
the people, like a little bit away,
Yeah.
so I
And
can stand.
Archibald,
and
are
look
you
at them what
still
happens.
in the middle of all of this?
I'll just is our room ready now? Can I go into it? I want to get away from the music.
You can see that Dice's front door is open.
All right. I proceed and go to our room.
And what's the rest of you doing?
I am.
Well,
This is a thing, so I just want to be sure to see what happens to them. I need to make notes to see what happens.
Cool. So a bit of period of time passes, and then suddenly you hear a horrific sound of about 30 people all vomiting in unison,
Yes.
violently, including Iris, including Akadios, and including Silas. Everyone just suddenly vomits all together at once for 2 points of psychic damage, and the entire area is just swathed in a nasty, vile stench of vomit.
Wonderful.
And you can
I'm
hear
gonna push it away.
You hear some people moaning, goes, "Oh, maybe that was the stew I had for lunch." And there's pilgrims mixed into this. Everyone's just sort of like, everyone seems like a little bit worse for wear as they sort of just come back to normal life. But you can still see that they're really happy by the performance they had. And you can hear some people like, "Oh my God, she was so amazing. She made us vomit. That's a skill in itself." And you just hear people just like, "Oh my God, Iris's performance will be talked about for days. We will tell this to everyone that comes through. The power she has over with her lyrics and her dancing and those trousers that she wear. It was purely a beautiful experience."
All right. So hear me out. We don't have a group name yet. What do we think about the regurgitators?
Oh my God.
I don't even know what that means.
Basically, another form for saying vomit. Being
No,
sick.
thank you.
The Bucat crew. No. Yeah. So take it. What the rest of you doing?
We can be the shit buckets. I think that will work nicely.
Love it. I love it.
So yeah, as you I take it, are you all walking over to the tavern, or are you all sort of hanging around and sort of looking at all the vomit?
Well, obviously, I've now spotted that more gold has gone missing. So the first time it was like maybe I've dropped it, but this time is a no. So I want to. I'm assuming I'm assuming that it's like I've got like a coin pouch, have I?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that off and basically put it around my neck and into my shirt.
Okay.
And I don't know how it works, but from now on, I'm going to be a lot more, because of my background as well, a lot more switched on as to potential pickpocketing against myself.
Okay.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know how that would work, but
That's fine.
just to see. And obviously, my first instinct would be Dave, but he very convincingly told me that he wasn't going to poo where he ate. So
Yep.
I've got an idea who I think it could be, but I'll keep that to myself for a minute.
That's not a problem. Cool. So then you all head on over to the tavern. As you walk into the tavern, you are met with a wonderful smell of sort of like fresh beer, food. Doris is there, goes, "Oh, welcome in, dearest. Let me just take you up to your room." And she sort of ushers all of you up a set of stairs, and you go past multiple sort of locked doors, where you can see sort of people coming and going and setting up their camp beds. And she takes you to a room at the end. Open up, and there's a large double bed and a bathtub filled with warm, hot, steaming water, and like a table, some chairs. And she goes, "Well, this is your room for the night, so feel free to make yourself comfortable, and there's professional, there's drinks and food downstairs, and it'll be quite lively tonight, I'm sure."
I'm instantly gonna take my clothes off and jump into the bath and start cleaning myself.
Cool. Everybody sees this.
Yeah.
Cool.
I look at Silas and go, "Am I still high right now?"
Yeah. You see Felina basically derobe and gets into the bath. And then we'll call the game there.
All right. What a way to end.
Yeah.
So that was a fun game.
Love it.
I got people happy. That's literally my goal in life.
Yep. Welcome to level 3.
Hey.
Yay! Oh, yes.
Like, are we
No,
just
I've got
flat
more
at
reading
level
to do.
3, whatever it is, the 900, I think?
So yeah, just flash over level 3. As I take it to level 3. Be a nice way to do it.
Yeah, it's 900. All right.
Because all of that was great.
What is the next level mark?
Oh. Zack, you need it down on your couch. Is it that you have to roll a d20 every time? It's just the small things.
And leveling up now. Let's do it.
I might have to have a chat with you, honey, about
Yeah.
like the leveling up stuff of mine. So
Yeah, this gives everyone time between now and the next game to sort of level up their characters accordingly. And also, you all get to choose whether to take the standard or whether you want to roll for your hit points. The one rule I'm going to have is whatever you roll, you get. So if you roll crap, you roll crap.
All right, I'm rolling.
Oh,
The
okay.
8, isn't it?
Oh, God.
What did you get, Billy?
I fell off the table, so I rolled it a second time and got a 9.
Oh, you know, I was going to tell you to get off the table and see what the number was, but
I caught it in the air, so sorry. That was my old god, and
Yeah.
what do we roll for that? Sorry.
So it'll be your hit dice. So you're a rogue.
What's my con mod?
So Joe, it is 1d8
1d8
plus your Constitution modifier. So you basically just roll a 1d8, then add your con modifier to it.
Oh, right.
What did you get, Joe?
I got an 8.
Fucking
Nice.
hell.
How do I change?
I got a
it?
4.
Well, including your con?
No. That is
Okay,
4
cool.
as well, so I got an 8.
Cool. What did you get, Zack? You're muted. Into the points.
It gives me. I rolled a 4, so I 9 total hit points.
And how about you, Lauren?
I also rolled a 4.
Oh my god.
Yay.
Modifier.
If you if I level up, do my hit points get reset, or do I just add 10 on? But I've still obviously got the minus from before.
Yeah, add the 10 on, but you're still in some minus since you've had a long rest to recuperate.
Okay. Right, so edit. We're gonna go to level 3.
Oh, shit.
We now have 31 out of 35 hit points. Is it 1400 experience for level 4?
I do believe so, yes.
So features.
There you go.
How many experience for level 4?
Oh no,
Oh.
2,700 for level 4.
Gotcha.
There we go.
But then, yeah, you take off the 900 and work it out that way. But yeah.
Sweet, I've got my class.
2,400?
Yeah.
And then I get reset to 0?
Yes. No,
No?
you have 900 experience.
Okay.
I forgot I get the right tool for the job now, which means I can just build other tool sets, which is kind of neat.
Ooh.
As long as I have tinker's tools or artisans, some form of artisan's tools, I can make other tool sets.
Ooh, that's rather nice.
Yep.
And Joe, because you level up, you get level 3, which allows you to pick your roguish
Oh, I have
archetype,
4.
Yeah.
which is going to be Arcane Trickster, I guess, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Joe gets to cast spells.
Yay!
Can I choose skill proficiencies?
I guess.
Oh, shit.
Here's how this is going to affect you, Billy.
Sorry.
Well, with your level 3.
Yeah, this is where I get my trick shots and stuff now.
Oh no.
I'm excited. Get to do fun stuff.
And Lauren as well, because you're just a straight up bard, aren't you?
Yeah, but I have to choose a bard college at level 3. So I'm
Do you
gonna.
know which? Oh yeah. Give that some thought. Give
Yeah.
that some thought. Yeah, but because you get your bard college and your expertise as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh.
Armor.
And bear in mind, Lauren, all expansions are allowed as well, so it's not just the core.
Okay. You and I
So you
don't
can
have
really sort of go to town on that. I don't know whether that burnt all his old D&D books when Wizard of the Coast did what Wizard of the Coast did, or whether he still got them, hidden
Whatever they
away.
did last time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Artilleries, tool proficiency. I get wood carvers. If I already have this, I gain proficiency with another artisan's tools. Well, I have carpenters, so I guess wood carvers is the same.
What the hell? Huh. Gotta figure out this camera thing. It's been annoying.
Yeah.
Hey.
Also, how did everyone find alchemy? Yay or nay to it?
Yeah.
Other than my camera
Yay.
not working half the time, yeah. It
can
definitely
show you
feels better than Roll20,
Yeah.
but I don't know what it looks like from a DM perspective.
I'll add one of the scenes so you can quickly see it. Zack, I think you'll appreciate this. Don't know if you can see that, Zack.
Ooh. Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
Where is that
Actually,
from?
This is one of the asset packs I got as part of my Kickstarter.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
yeah.
The animation, they did a really incredible job on the animation and stuff in there.
Oh, they did. It's like when you create something. I'll go back to this one. You can add on a background plus a motion effect, as well as music, ambient sound, dedicated encounter music as well. Encounter. So as soon as I flick it into initiative, it will all change up instantly,
Thanks.
which is really nice. And then like the handouts, I can create some very nice handouts. Like I'll just add on a random one, which is a Dreamer's Note. Do that. And I can then
there's a
put
little
this
sound
in.
effect when you nat 20 a roll.
Yeah. And then I can choose who has it. So, for example, I can put this into your handout. So if you're looking at your handout now, Zach, you should see a handout.
Alright, give me just a second. Colonel.
Every time I hear the hooting in the background on this,
Yeah,
it makes me
I
laugh.
thought you might like it.
My people.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So I can do handouts like that, you see.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I can add notes to it and stuff like that. It's really nice. And NPCs, when I want the NPCs to kick off, I can drag them into the initiative and I can instantly initiate initiative. That drops everybody into combat. Things like that, which is really nice. You know, and there's you can add onto your character sheets or your attachments and stuff like that, and they actually become available roles to you on the left hand side if you want to as well, which is really nice. And the fun part is if you click on the roll dice, and you can drag it up for advantage or down for disadvantage. So click and hold on the roll things.
Huh. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So and
Disadvantage.
then is all it reports. Wait, okay, so I did disadvantage. It gave me a 21, but that's because I have +9. So okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get okay. So I need to add.
It's the little things like that that are really nice, and I think they are looking to add like a digital dice onto it as well.
I mean, I know
But
we
when you
want to
roll,
do
you see
physical
dice.
dice rolls, but if we ever move to just doing dice rolls on here, this is super fantastic. Because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, you get to do it the same with like skills too.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, and if you're doing so if you're doing like a strength roll, there's either just a regular check or there's the save. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Right. I do like this a lot.
Yeah.
I might have to just purchase it myself. Wow, I don't know why I'm never playing games.
And also in the top, and in the top right where it says party, to the left of that, there's a tactical mode. You click tactical mode on, I can very quickly just do an encounter with a grid-based system. I can put people's tokens down, like so. Yeah, I can. So for like nice, quick little encounters, I can do stuff like that. We can have dedicated maps. I can pull in all of my stuff from Dungeon Craft into it. When they add Fog of War, that'd be really nice as well. But yes. But I would say you can call it there. So what's people's availabilities in the next 2 weeks? Breaking into October.
You looking like calendar? Let's see.
Your calendar, like October the 8th, argument's sake.
Is that 2 weeks
I
from
don't
today?
think we have anything on there.
2 weeks from today, yeah.
Yeah, Chiefs don't play till 3, so I'm good.
Cool. Boo. Joe?
I'm just looking to see when the school holidays are. What date, sorry?
October the 8th.
Is that a Sunday, is it?
Yep.
It's 2
yeah,
weeks
should
from
be good.
today. Exactly.
2 weeks
Yeah,
today?
it should be good.
Cool. Well, throw that into the schedule. So happy days on that. So congratulations. Next time we boot up the game, some people might find they got handouts. Bits and pieces like that.
Nice.
I want to have another high conversation with Silas again. I enjoyed that.
It's spectacular. I'm going to enjoy watching that back on Billy's stream.
When we start next, unless there's something specific happening, I'm going to build my Force Ballista.
You're going to build your what now?
It's his
Eldritch Cannon, level 3,
Yeah.
artillerist. I get a walking Force Ballista that I fully intend to ride around on.
Holy shit. I mean, the fun part, I guess, that will give you disadvantage on stealth rolls, or...
I mean, my character has never claimed to be
he
stealthy at all,
was
but
already
also-
disadvantaged.
But also, I'm going to build a saddle for it, so that way, because the Eldritch Cannons can walk on walls.
Oh, fuck. You get Spider, basically.
Yep.
Shit, so we've got Billy who can fucking fly, and then we're going to have Zack and basically a vertical walking ballista. We've basically got a shooting squad.
I mean, yeah.
To be fair, I am being co-captained on this Force Cannon with a duck. So,
Yeah.
like...
True.
We're the expendables over here,
Oh.
that's for sure.
Also,
Yeah.
thing I did not know about the Force Cannon is that if you take the Mending cantrip and use the Mending cantrip on the Force Cannon, it heals the cannon for 2d6.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Does that mean that means you can heal Billy's guns as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's Mending.
If there were ever a need for it.
Mending Mage Hand, and Prestidigitation are the 3 most valuable cantrips in the game, in my personal opinion.
Shape Water.
And then
I think Shape Water's
Shape
the best.
Shape Water and Produce Flame are good too, yeah.
Shape Water is great for getting a free drink and also for killing people, because, people are 80% water. Hey!
It's just the best.
So out of curiosity, Billy, do you think you could make bombs out of the thing we just got? Because just imagine throwing a bomb that would
God.
blast upon
I
all
Hey,
the villains
I
are
mean,
drunk. and
I hear you. How does that make us a profit?
Keep in mind as
No.
well, I have the catapult spell, which lets me launch anything that is 5 pounds or less,
See?
something like
Ooh, there we
60
go.
feet.
There we go.
Oh, what have I done? Drug dealers and fucking bombs.
It would just give
Spell
Zack.
catapult.
We'd give Zack a vial of my stuff and let him just catapult it straight in the
Let's see.
face of someone.
Choose one object weighing
don't
1
need
to
a lot,
5
though.
pounds
That's
within
the
range
thing.
that isn't being worn or carried. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction I choose before falling to the ground.
Yeah, you
If
can
it
just
was
do
At
strike
some
small
point,
little
I don't
packets
see
of
the.
it.
Yeah.
If
If
it
I
was
don't see you
strike,
three making a nuke at some point, I would be very disappointed.
Goals.
Oh man.
As long as it's a nuke that makes people happy in the process of them dying,
That's it.
and then it can
Cat's
bomb
the
it
good drug
while they
dealer.
die.
Billy's the I don't care drug dealer. And Joe's the very poor rogue. So huzzah.
I just
Perfect.
realized I'm kind of the Joker now because I want them to die with a smile on their face.
See? Oh, here we go. The Joker.
I'm just waiting to see what Lauren does as well, because I got a feeling Lauren's just going to go ham. And just like, everyone here's like doing the weird thing.
She's just trying to make an album, man.
But I have a mysterious dead sister to avenge as well.
Exactly. You're also going to get groupies as well, because thanks to that performance.
It's perfect.
You're welcome.
Oh shit, I wonder if Lauren's
I'll
going
be
to
doing
create
that
a
Fox
cult.
Funny next time. Maybe
Like,
walk
so
out
her-
this doctrine.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
Iris and her cult of followers. Like, sing for me, Iris.
and then
demands
just
it.
Cash is following behind him, like blowing wind full of psychedelics into their faces.
Oh god. So he's going to be the Iris Manson of the group. Fantastic.
You say Manson, I say Jim Jones. Get a little bit of Kool-Aid going in here. That's what we're going to call the product. We're going to dilute it in water and
shit.
call it Kool-Aid.
Oh no.
That was kind of if we were gonna. I'm just gonna try and sleight of hand a drop into wine or the beer can or something,
Perfect.
and see what happens to people. But we never got there, so I'm curious.
Jesus Christ! It was
Curious,
like turn
curious.
the lights off. Boom.
Yeah, I can do that too.
And then it'll be like, carry me home. I'm fucked. Jesus.
So, you created a Call of Cthulhu game to make us fight the cult. Little did you know we were the cult.
Exactly that. And as I
Hell
say,
yeah.
Zach, if you manage to work out the password on that file before I give you the clue, it instantly kicks in. Just so you know. As soon as you gain access to the files, you'll read it. It'll become clear, and then you can crack on.
I'm happy to start getting clues before I try to take a stab at that.
I've already given you 4 clues through the whole game.
Have you
What?
not played with Tim before?
It's time to start paying more
This is
attention.
my
I thought the way it worked was that I would roll for if I got a clue at the beginning of each session.
When each session you roll, I'll give you a big clue. But I've been dropping clues throughout the whole game because I'm a bastard.
Yeah. No fucking
Hey,
idea what
hey, Zach, the VOD's up,
Yo.
dude. The VOD is up. Go review.
So go review all 2.5 hours. Enjoy. Every time I said something
Wait,
weird.
so you gave me 4 this session?
4 clues this session, yeah.
We know what Zach's doing for the next week.
I mean, I purposely gave somebody, with ADHD something that they can't open until they find something out, and then basically drop some subtle clues throughout the whole game, just because I'm that sort of person. I mean, it sucks, I know, but hey.
Perfect.
Does it though?
I mean, it's role playing, man.
Yeah. Love you, Zach.
I'm looking back over my notes and I have no fucking clue where any of these clues would be.
Yeah, no.
Other than the clock. But
Nope. Who knows?
Yeah, I think I have to go because I really need to pee. So
Yeah.
No problem.
I will
Yeah.
see you
Yeah.
guys in 2 weeks.
GG's.
So, any feedback, of course, just fire me. You know what I'm like. I'm always up for feedback, so feel free to fire me messages and stuff like that. Or you've got questions on Discord, just fire them into your specific channels.
No, this is great.
Do it
so
that
far.
way. Superb.
It's working. I'm
I
loving
mean,
it.
the highlight was Joe and Zach's discussion. That was amazing. I mean, I would
enjoyed
pay for just a TikTok video of just those two chatting amongst themselves. I thought it would be amazing.
Perfect.
You have to get us high again.
Exactly. We can get a Patreon going. We can get a podcast going. It'd be amazing. Just based off those two
Fantastic.
just chatting at speed.
Over there sprinkling drugs on top of them while they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
More.
Indeed.
More.
Give me other things.
All right. I'm going to head out. I'll talk to y'all later.
See you later,
Cool.
Billy.
Okay, right.
All right. I know it's a black screen. Going to probably stream in a little bit here. I'm just going to wake up, get settled. Chiefs don't play till I think 3 o'clock, so I'll probably sneak in some games and stream. So if anyone's lurking in the channel, I'll be back in a little while.